one shoe. I'm taking up on these.
Oh my God. What did we get ourselves into?
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier this week, I said to you people that I was going to have some guests. So here they are. I have to my left Anil, one of the OGs, claims to be.
Dang.
Oh, ow. Thought that was you giving me the
and
title.
then over here we got Victor, one of the OGs,
Huh.
and is.
Hey.
Wow. Okay, the shade. All right, y'all. That was the end of the episode.
No. We got Anil, we got Victor, and we're just here to talk some shit. I don't know. I mean, if you guys have anything in mind I think you guys called me this morning. You said, "Oh, we need to spew something. We need to squash some beefs or something like that."
Whoa.
You guys.
Whoa.
I did not get an agenda, so I don't know what he's referring to.
Who am I fighting?
I don't know.
Oh shit! I'm about to be like.
I mean, I'm ready. Like, what's up?
You know, it's a quick outline. It's 1, 2, it's done.
But yeah. Anyway. So welcome here.
Thank
And,
you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, nice place.
I've been wanting you guys on here for so fucking long. Not just individually, but together. Because you guys together, I don't know. You guys have like some sort of fusion when you guys are together. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know. It's definitely something people have noticed. Like just knowing you guys.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I barely know that guy. I don't even,
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
You guys don't really know each other?
Nah.
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah. We just worked at the same job together. That was really,
Twice, and it was completely on accident. So,
yeah.
you see how I'm
Was it
saying?
really on accident twice?
Well, the first time I didn't know him, so I just met him.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, literally, yeah. He thought I hated him. That was the funniest part.
Bro.
I have no idea what he's talking
Nah,
about to
nah,
this
nah,
day,
nah,
but he really
bro.
thought I hated him.
Nah, he's
That is
lying. He's
hilarious.
lying, bro.
Nah.
So I just got out of high school, and I'm working at SeaWorld, and it's a seasonal job. So it's only
Yup.
6 months, and I got hired on, and it's a lit ass job. The people are mad fucking cool. The job is the cakest job you've ever had. You feel me? You're a high schooler, low key, like disrespecting grown folk for being stupid.
Oh, it was great.
'Cause
Oh my
they're-
god.
Hey guys, how many? Row 1. Yeah, no, but how many?
But I don't want to be in the front. My daughter's scared.
Okay, fine.
Then you're gonna go in row 2.
Okay, I got you. That's actually really scary, row 2. So can you get us any further back?
Ugh.
Okay.
And then they go to the very back, and then you screw them over.
Yeah, but
that's where
hey,
it's,
the back
like,
is worse.
that's
like,
what I'm saying,
The
but-
middle. You want the middle.
Either way, I'm working there, and you could, like you just said, you can obviously tell there was this energy, there was this clique of what I would say, quote unquote, cool people at Manta, and the not uncool, but like the rest. And so, like, I knew most of the cool people in that crowd, but I never really hung with them because at the time, like, they were smoking and doing different things that I just wasn't doing. And I was younger, so I didn't really care to. So Anil was definitely a part of that clique, you feel me? And I felt like he just, like,
OG.
slid right the fuck in.
OG.
And that, like, they were cool people, don't get me wrong, but they
Yeah.
had their thing going. So I always thought, because every time we worked in the same rotation, like, he would talk to everyone else and not me. Like, I'd be right there and I'd be like,
Damn.
hey man, so how are you? And he'd be like,
Oh.
that's
That's
lies.
Wow.
Lies.
No, so he would, so
He
for
was
a
like-
grip,
They're yelling at
Lies.
me. This guy's saying he's gonna hit me if I don't put him in row 1. And you're like, shit.
Who's that? Hey, he'll learn. He'll learn.
so I didn't think he liked me. I was just like,
He'll be all right.
and I left it alone.
That's how they learn. Tough love.
Nah, no,
That is true.
no.
Yeah.
I need soft loving.
Yeah, no. He needed you to group that car, man, and you didn't. You let him down.
Nah, I don't. Nah.
He was just cheeks. He let me down. He
Bro,
didn't
we
look at
we
me
broke
and
records
hang out.
together. We
That
you know-
okay? That is
Come on,
a
come
fact.
on. Like this is like bonds right here. Like
That's a fact. I completely forgot about that. That's a fact. We broke records together. Us and a middle-aged, super loving woman.
Who was the lady?
I don't know. Can I throw out her name? Like,
Bro, I'm
should I
trying
be
to.
doing that.
Nah.
You can.
I mean,
I mean, it's
I don't
really up to you.
There was an amazing assistant supervisor of ours,
Yeah.
or no, she was a trainer at first, and then I think she became assistant supervisor, and her name was Deb, and she was a great woman, and boy, and she was
Shout
a
out
former
Deb.
nurse. Facts. Shout out Deb.
Talk into it. See how different it sounds.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
And then talk away from it.
No.
It sounds the same because you.
So she was just a really cool lady, and she was like super fit for some reason.
Yeah.
And so we took off and we made records together, man. So I completely forgot about that.
She
Either
had,
way,
she
though,
had a fake knee, bro. She was
facts.
getting the job
That's a
done.
fact.
Oh my God.
But for the most part, I just felt like he didn't like. He just tolerated me. He wasn't like in the rude way.
Yeah.
Very like chill. Like he'd be like, yeah, haha, and I'd be like, oh, okay, bet. Like he just didn't want to fuck with me.
Damn.
So when I left there and applied for Universal, I got the job, and I actually applied for valet. I didn't apply for an attractions attendant. And they were like, oh, we don't have that position open, but we see that you have experience here. Would you like to? I'm like, all right, but it has to be an indoor coaster. And they're like, well, here, you can pick. And I was like, okay, well, give me some options. And they mentioned a whole bunch of them, and then they got the Mummy. And I was like, oh, well, I love the Mummy. I used to ride as a kid all the time, so let me get the Mummy. And she was like, bet. And honestly, that
I
was a
rode
great
Mummy
choice.
maybe like
I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever rode Mummy before I worked there. I was
Really?
always that scared of that fucking ride.
What? It was.
Yeah.
I hadn't before I worked
I rode
there.
it one time before.
I hadn't gone to Universal since maybe like 8th grade.
Bro, I worked there and still didn't go to Universal because I didn't want to be there while I was off. Like,
Yeah,
it was
oh,
the
for
worst.
sure.
Like, what?
For
Nah,
sure.
but I ended up getting a job at Hulk. The same easy way. They're like, pick a place, and I was like, Hulk. Yeah, let me go there. And then Hulk closed down, and I heard Victor was at Mummy, so I was like, fuck it, I'll put that as my first choice. Ended up at Mummy as well, same way.
Wow.
But then we were a little older, so I was like, hey, do you not hate me? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was
Literally,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what's your name?
Literally. And so I was
you're
like,
Victor,
well,
right?
Well,
That's funny. I mean, I started there because I was gonna work at Mummy, or because I was gonna work at Hulk. I was gonna open it,
Dude, yeah.
and
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
I left for like
He actually came back.
yeah
That's
I
how you
can't I
started?
couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna work at Hulk, and they weren't open yet, so they sent me to Mummy for 2 months, and then I went to Hulk in like September.
That was like you and Diego in that group, right?
It was me, Diego, Sachet,
Oh, yeah, Sachet. Hey.
and I think that was it. I don't know anyone else,
Mm.
but fuck Hulk. I
that's
did
how
not
you
like it.
I don't even remember like you
Yeah.
began like for real. I don't remember that at all. I just thought you were part of the Mummy like gang.
No,
That's how it felt, though.
thank you.
Fact.
So much pride in that coaster.
When we were going
That
off,
yo, when we were going hard,
bro, like
it was
the fact
crazy.
that when I left, our banner was still up, and we were the last ones to break the record. I was like,
yeah, controlling like all these massive crowds and shit.
But
Like, that shit is
honestly,
hard.
when it is, but when I think about it, it's like the easiest job ever. If you just
Yeah.
like,
If you tolerate it.
like yeah, like honestly, for me, it's just like if I think about it as a job, it'd be the easiest job to have right now. I could deal with literally.
my God,
anybody,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
anybody. I could deal with 10 families in single rider row all day.
Yeah, honestly.
I'd be like, hey guys, I'm a single rider, and they'd be like 4. I'd immediately just be like, can I have you guys just wait right here for me? Like, I don't care to argue. I don't care to have a conversation. I'm not here to lecture you. You're here to have fun. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Stand right here for like a car and a half, and I will
Yeah.
literally get you in your
Especially
nice
if you're
little
double
family.
loading.
Yeah, I
And
don't,
they're like,
oh my god,
How many
double
people are
loading?
you? Yeah.
I kind of used to love that. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, nah,
flex.
yeah, no. I
used
was
to
like,
fucking
you're over here talking
love
about it
that.
like you don't like it. I'm like, bro, I love that. That's like you're telling me I can load these rows before I need to load them.
Mhm.
Like you give me more time. All right, bet. I'll get that done.
It was bro. But think about that. Pre-COVID moments, double loaded platform.
Oh my god.
Where were you standing?
You couldn't breathe. You had to like have a little oxygen tank on you. Like
Double loaded. And then you got like 6 families like waiting on the side.
yeah.
Oh my god. You know what I hated? Family reunions all
Oh,
together.
Yeah.
And they
Well-
were there for like a week, so you kept seeing the same dirty ass Disney T-shirt.
All matching shirts.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
And they
god,
got their
Mhm.
nicknames on the back.
Mrs. and Mister.
All of them have to be either red, bright orange, bright green.
No. You know who does? You know who does the bright ass colors is the Brazilian people.
Oh yeah, only yellow.
They're
with
wearing like
blue.
soccer jerseys and
those.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's
You
their
know?
entire like that's their entire uniform. The entire
Yeah.
one.
They always have the Nikes on too. Clean.
That's a fact though. When we
The
worked
fake
at
ones.
SeaWorld, the Brazilians were like, I felt like for the summer the only guests we had.
Oh, word. Yeah.
We used to we used to open up at like 8:30.
I remember that.
And like they would just take off, and for like the first 2 hours, all you saw was matching shirts, and like little boys, little girls, just
Every different group.
every different
Everyone's
group,
got,
bro.
all the groups have the same shirt.
But
It's
I'll give it to the
hilarious.
Brazilians, bro. They're effective. They come in before open. It opens, hit every ride, and by like 2:30, with their flag still up, they look
Oh my
back
God,
at SeaWorld, and they're
the
like,
ugly ass flag. It's like they're almost giving each other like fucking fouls when they're misbehaving. Like I've seen
"Man,
them. They got like whistles and shit.
Yeah. Like, catch
hey,
up.
Who
Yeah.
what celebrities did you guys get to meet at any of the parks you worked at?
To actually meet me,
Yeah, like you saw them, you met them.
and I said hello and whatever.
Yeah, because you had to load them.
I saw Gortat from the Magic.
So who?
Marcin Gortat. He's like 6'8", 6'10" or some shit like that. Just a tall basketball player.
I met
He played for the Magic. I don't know.
Jose Aldo, the MMA fighter.
Really?
He's a UFC fighter, yeah. He used to be a champion, but he's been getting his ass whooped.
No.
I met him, and he was at the very first row, but in regular line.
Yo, first off, don't give him that face. Okay, he was trying to be part of the people, and you're trying to doubt him right now. How could you?
I'm just saying in regular line
Okay.
because he's supposed to have like a private tour person.
But what if he just
I
said,
mean,
nah?
he just wants to be a regular
I
person,
want to
bro.
be.
No,
Yeah.
because if I harass him, because for that I could have gotten in trouble. You
For
know what I mean?
For just seeing him?
Yeah, for seeing him and like reacting to it. You know how they tell you that? It's like, oh, if you see a A-list celebrity or something, don't make a big deal or even approach them about it,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
because
hi, my
you'll
name is
get written
Victor,
up.
and I'm literally shaking. So
Yeah.
Would you like to invest in my idea, please?
immediately.
Have you ever heard of the jaw workout? Like,
When I worked at Universal, I actually like you guys saying nah makes me feel like I got lucky as fuck.
I said yeah, but you're like, I don't know basketball players, so that's not really.
Well, it was one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it was only all right. What do you got? Like a 10 coming out? What's
No,
up?
no, no, I'm not that lucky. But I think the first like famous person I saw, I was on Group or 2, so like Express and Disability and all that. You know,
Yeah,
for the elevator.
yeah.
So
VIP.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that exactly. So I'm there and I'm like grouping and shit, and control comes over and they're like, "Yo, we're having like basketball players come up," and me being the super not basketball person I am, including not knowing who you said.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like I don't give a damn. But some of the people on the platform were like, "Ooh, I wonder who's coming," and I'm like,
What
"Ooh,
the
I
hell?
don't give a damn." So I'm loading. And
People are asking to switch with you and shit.
Oh my gosh, all over the headset. Let me see.
Oh my
let
God,
me see
who?
who. I'm like,
Bump
you'll
me
see
out.
when they get on the ride. Chill out.
Yeah.
So-
Bump me out. I want to meet fucking Dwight Howard.
So it's funny you say that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he came through as well.
It's
yeah.
funny
I
you
saw
say that.
Dwight Howard.
So he so I see the elevator door, I believe, open, or like they come through the back VIP stairs. I can't remember which side. I just know it's from that area. And I like in my like peripheral I see super tall people. So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
like scary.
That
I'm
fucking
scary
tall.
tall. I'm like, whoa.
They look
these
like
are-
trees and shit.
Yo, I'm like, these motherfuckers are basketball players. So I finished loading and I turned around to them, and they're all like stupid tall, and like a couple of very like maybe two look very familiar, and I'm like, and they're like, can we ride? And like they're making jokes. I'm like, hey, what's up? And
Yeah.
they're being like cool people. It's like almost 10 of them, and so I'm like haha, yeah, no, it's cool. And I was like, you're good, you're good, you're good. And then there were two dudes who were like extremely tall, and I almost knew because we'd worked there for a while, like y'all might not make it, so we're gonna put you on the 4th row. And then they're like, all right, bet. And so as they started shifting a little before I let them go into their rows, finally the one peaked. And it's funny, like I said, he said it. It was Dwight Howard. And I was like,
What the
yeah.
hell?
And I was like, I looked at him
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I think I know him. And then like, I was like, the car came in. I was like, all right, y'all can go. And then as he was walking, I was like, oh, he's Dwight Howard. And then he was actually like the third person who I told, like, you might have to sit in the 4th row because you're just that tall.
Yeah.
And he did. And so that was the first like person that was famous that I met. Second person was, again, same area. And I'm working, and they didn't say shit. No one warned me about anything. It was just
really?
Like, it was just like summer.
Did they stop the line for them?
No, like they just told. Actually, like if I remember, thank you for saying that. They did, but it wasn't like stopped. It was like I was working. They were like, "Hey, we're having someone come up the elevator. The moment they come up, just get them in." I said, "Cool, no problem.
Yeah.
I don't care." So
You know what I hated is just sorry to cut
No,
you
you're
off,
good.
is the people that would intentionally not tell you who they were. So let's say you were at Starboard Load 1 and there's someone at OCC saying like, oh, there's a A-lister coming up the elevator, so keep sending cars but send them empty, you know? And then it's like, oh, who is it? Like you're asking who it is, and they're like, it's just whoever. Like the leads would be like, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, like they would be pissed that we were excited about who was coming up.
You can't be happy here. Focus.
Honestly, I think it was more of like, oh, they were at that stage in life where it's like they're kind of noticing they're too old working at a doing that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
oh man,
I thought about that before I get there.
he's definitely talked about that before.
Yeah, before I get there, I'm in the same place. They come up the elevator, it's a group, like a big group of people. So I turn around after the last car, and I'm loading people, and I say, y'all can choose whatever you want for the last row because there weren't enough. And they're like, cool. And I'm like, cool. And a lot of them are like pretty short, and almost all of them are in black. And like not all black, but just mainly black. And one of them is like in a brown like hoodie and a hat, and I'm just again not paying attention. I don't care because I didn't get told anything important. And as they're getting on, I stop and I turn and I look at the gates as they're swinging open. And as they're walking into the 3rd row is Mac Miller. And
oh my god,
yeah. And I didn't listen to the guy at the time, and I still kind of don't. So I saw him and I was like, holy shit. And I realized, yeah, that motherfucker is short as shit, bro.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Short as shit, right?
Dang it,
And so I see him and I'm like, holy shit. And like I get on headset and I'm like, yo, that was Mac Miller, like for a fact. And then someone in controls is like, yeah, and Ariana was there. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, the girl with the cat ears that you put on, they were together. And,
oh my god.
And I literally and so I don't say I met her because I don't remember seeing her.
Yeah, no.
But apparently I loaded them in the same car, but like everyone else was wearing black. I swear every single other person
That is
but
so
him
funny.
was wearing a like brown hoodie. He was just wearing like a nice faded brown hoodie. And I'm like, oh. And then the last person I met right before I left, Universal, oh my god, fucking yo. I should have got fired for how I reacted, like you said.
Oh my
like,
god.
So
he fucking took out his autograph book and shit.
Bro, I'll never forget. So it's a Puerto Rican dream. It's like,
don't tell me
you know
you
it.
didn't meet this guy.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Who did you meet?
That's what I'm telling you. I feel like I got lucky as fuck because you guys, you said one, and I'm over here like,
you met the
damn.
Pope of the music world,
Of
kind of
course
thing.
I did. Yes. Yeah, he's shaking right now. He's like, no, you
I'm
didn't.
excited. I'm hyped.
So, I can't remember what position I'm in before, but I have to go to unload, just main unload, and right before I get there, I think Glory and Controls is like, yo, Victor, go to unload immediately when
Oh my
when you get
God.
bumped. And I'm like, why? She was like, go to unload immediately when you get bumped. And I'm over here like, what the heck? So I get to unload. And I
Yeah.
call her and I'm like, Glory, like, dímelo, what's up? What's going on? Why are you telling me like I needed to be here? And she's like, bro, Mark Anthony is in the car coming in right now. And I laughed like never before. Like, that's how much I love the guy, and it's so funny. And I'm like, oh, you are so funny. And she was like, bro, he's in the car coming in. And if you guys remember, like,
That is
from a
so
good
funny.
distance,
Yeah,
you can't see a face, but like as it comes in, you can. So
Oh my
I'm literally
God.
still on the phone with her, not giving a fuck how I look.
He probably saw the silhouette because he's got a very specific silhouette.
Bro, well, no. So check this out. I'm fucking blind, or like I was overly excited, so like my shit got blurry because the fucking car's coming in, and as it's coming in, like, and it's coming into a light, there's only 2 people on the car, and they're in a third row on like the far left, and one is in a gray suit with like a white button down, and the lady was in like a red dress or red top, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I had realized there was a guy waiting at unload, but I didn't realize like he was with them. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, Glory, this ain't fucking Mark Anthony, because in that first glance when the light hit, I couldn't see. Like I said, I must have been geeked and I didn't know, because I was like, so I didn't give a fuck. So immediately
That
I
doesn't
hung
look
up.
like him.
Yeah, and I hung up because I didn't want to, I didn't want to get in trouble or anything, because, yeah. So I hung up immediately, and I'm like clapping. And I'm like, welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for your help. And I walk up, because normally whenever there's a lady coming out, I would just walk up and like give a hand, or I would just stand near them to wait. And so I'm walking up, clapping them up, and about to check. And literally, as I get to the first row, I realized that's motherfucking Mark Anthony. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
That is crazy.
And I just laughed. I mean, I laughed really hard, and well, not immediately like to him. I was like, oh, hey. And he was like, hey, man, thank you guys so much. I was like, no, thank you. And he shook my hand, and I was like, and it wasn't prompted. Like, I didn't ha. He was just like, thank you so much. And I was like, of course.
Wow.
Can I make out with you?
He didn't wash his hands for like 3 days.
It was, bro.
He was like,
I was so happy. Turns out.
that shit was glowing.
Literally. With Puerto Rican pride. It was just flowing.
Marcellus Wallace's fucking briefcase. This is the hand.
The beautiful one.
That's funny.
So yeah, it was a great experience, and I was really happy. And immediately Glory was calling as he was walking away, and I picked up, and she was like, "You got to meet him." I was like, "I know."
I shook his
And
hand.
facts, bro. It was great, and he was just such a chill dude. But I laugh at the fact that both Mac Miller and him are short as shit. I mean,
Wow.
like super. Like, I didn't
Like
expect
Kevin
it.
Hart short, you think?
Yeah, like they're all just short. Like,
Or like me short?
mm,
Because I'm short as shit.
no, you're.
So it's like-
but I don't feel like you're short as shit. Like, I feel like
They just look mini.
no, like Mark Anthony looks sick. Like,
Well,
in
no,
that
it's
moment,
just the,
he
the
looked.
Well,
TV,
yeah.
The TV adds like 6 inches. Yeah.
He looked like a twig,
exactly
and
what it
like I
is.
thought he looked.
That's
like,
scary.
No. So I was and
Like Michael Jackson's skeleton.
Yeah, and then it's
Oh
funny.
my
Same
God.
thing with Mac Miller, and I'm sure same thing with Ariana. Like they don't almost look anything like they do on TV. Because maybe I'm sure that's probably why I didn't see Ariana, because like
Well, think of all the like Photoshop and like
makeup,
everything
and
that goes
everything they gotta
into
throw
making
it.
that. Yeah. Like Scarlett Johansson does not look like that. Like
What do
she's
you
a regular
mean?
person.
What?
But like in the movies and stuff, all these like women and most men, because most men aren't like, like people in movies, like they fix these people like so
even
much.
your newscaster has makeup on.
Vin Diesel.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
They have like muscle suits for people and shit. Like that shit is crazy.
That's so extra. Just look like just be you. You're stuck anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
Excuse me.
I wouldn't be surprised if Troy Bolton had fake biceps in the movie.
Don't think that's me.
That's you, right?
Literally.
Oh, Wow. So I think my celebrity, I thought about it like pretty good. I think the most famous, because now I just thought of someone else. So you know Tyrese
Yeah.
from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
So I did meet him back of house, but it was like super quick. Like it was like stupid. Like I was like, hi,
Bye.
hello. Like I didn't freak out or anything. I just made sure I said something to him. And then also Cody Rhodes, the wrestler.
I don't know.
You guys never met any
No,
wrestlers?
sir.
I mean,
I don't know
now that
any
I know of-
wrestlers.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's this
It's like,
wrestler.
Fuck these guys, they fucking
And
suck.
who else did I meet? I met a sports guy. He had like orange dreadlock hair. And he's a junior. I don't know. He's like a football player. Nothing? You know football players?
I don't know about the football.
No?
No.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I guess just sports people.
Yep.
That's how
Who-
Victor felt when he met basketball players. He's like, "Yo, they're just people but taller."
Yeah.
Him, Mac Miller.
No, I definitely-
like, all of them.
I definitely saw Dwight Howard for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I met Quavo.
Oh, that's lit.
Oh, Quavo. Yeah.
I just remembered.
Did
I
he give
think
you, like, a
Quavo
diamond
might
ring
be
or
it.
something? Did he give you like a diamond ring? Nothing.
No.
Watch.
Imagine.
Yeah.
No.
Appreciate the ride, bro.
No. I just like said bye to him on the way out.
Word.
Because I was at I don't know if I was at unload or if I went specifically to unload. Like I don't remember. I was either grouper 2 or unload. But I went out there and I said like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like, and he was like, "Well, yo, what's up? That show's crazy." Like, and then he left.
You want to get on again?
Oh my god, I should have, but he was being escorted like crazy.
Heavy.
Like
Oh,
there was
yeah.
people
Yeah,
all around
definitely.
him too outside.
I bet.
Like it just got way too out of control.
I don't know if I could have fun like that.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
I would
Like,
want to be low key, like just me and whoever I'm with, like in my immediate circle, and that's it. Like
Yeah, no.
not even a tour guide, just glasses, hat.
Word. Just
Can't
keep
even
that
see me.
shit
Yeah.
locked up.
Exactly. Exactly.
Who did you meet?
I didn't really meet anybody. I saw like celebrities. Like I saw Ariana, but I didn't get to like actually interact with her.
Was she performing at the park?
I couldn't even tell you.
Or she was probably performing at Disney doing some big shit over there
Probably
for
yeah.
some like news or whatever.
I'm not like a avid fan of hers.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I know of her.
Honestly,
don't,
I do not understand it.
I don't.
What do you
know
think it
enough-
is?
I don't know enough to.
I don't know
even-
shit about this girl, and
Victor's
the,
lying.
I mean,
everything I
I don't
hear
know her
is like
music.
people worship this girl. Like it's crazy. Like they treat her like the Selena of the time, like type shit.
I mean, you know, it's funny because like Selena is literally like she's her own category. You feel me? She's
She
of
is.
Mexican heritage, literally majorly Mexican beats with pop
Yeah.
in them. So like, Ariana can't compare regardless of if she wanted to or not. And if people make the comparison, I feel like it's a very loose.
Or fucking Selena
comparison.
Gomez. It's like I don't get the hype around her
I
either.
used
Like
to
the music
love
is
her
not
old
good.
songs, but I
haven't
haven't
heard.
heard any exactly. Like that's how I feel about both of them. Like
No
I don't know
opinion
any
here.
of their.
I don't know.
New
It's all like
music
radio
or-
shit now.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the radio ever. Like
I
Yeah.
wonder how many people listen to the radio.
I'm sure a lot. Like I recently.
I bet it's just older people. Like everyone who's younger, like under 40, probably just streams shit on their phone.
Fact. That's the truth though.
You know?
A changing situation we have. Like technology has given us so much access to.
It's too much control.
Well,
like-
what's too much, right?
What is too much?
Yeah.
We'll
What's
never
too
find
much?
out.
Yeah.
We'll probably never find out. We might die before it reaches the fucking equilibrium or whatever you call it. Like when technology takes over. Because it's going to. Like
Why?
everything's going to be automated.
But how is it going to take over? Like, what is it taking over?
Like We will never leave our houses
Why not?
because everything's gonna just end up like we would leave as a choice. Like leaving your
Exactly.
house is a choice now.
Yeah. I feel
Like you don't have to go shopping.
technology
don't-
always makes something easier. So I don't mean to cut you off, but it just makes something easier. And we're going to get to
Yeah.
the point where like our level of like work that we have to output is going to be so low because technology like just does everything for us. Amazon wants to do like drones and stuff like that to ship stuff to
Like
us.
fucking Wally.
But I mean,
Literally, yeah.
once we get there, like we're gonna want to do things. Like that's what we do. We don't like being bored. Like once
Oh no,
cavemen
like
or
we're not
we-
gonna be bored. We're gonna be jobless.
But then,
And we're
if
not gonna have money.
We're going to have VR in our house and we
But
could be anywhere
I
we
mean,
want
at
to
that
be.
point, if technology is so great and up there, why won't we be in a society where without jobs and without money?
Oh,
we're
that's
good?
that's the positive
well,
like,
it's
future outlook. Like
I
I
feel
don't know what
it's
you call
a-
that.
It's just a possibility because like it's both odds because I can consider yours, but that's like a lot of influential thought about how we presume we're gonna act, and then the other is just.
But people have to
Chilling.
work. Is that what you're saying?
But no, not. See, that's the thing. It's like I feel like that's the mindset like,
Of
we
people
don't-
having to work?
Yeah, we don't have to work. Like my point was, once we got shelters, farms, money, and all that together,
Yeah.
people got bored. They started painting, making music, doing all these things. So if we
Yeah.
get to that point, like if technology is that up there, why wouldn't we, or
Just
several
be
areas
more
be
of
more,
an artistic person.
or more just true to yourself? Like, because what if your artistic is being innovative and creating technology that's more convenient, or
Yeah.
or life lasting, or whatever you want to, or like you said, artistic. So I just feel like once people fall out of the idea, like if you give people literally right now money and shelter, like consistently, like
Yeah.
they're only gonna break into like what we call hobbies,
It just gets boring at that point. Like,
Exactly,
like you
so-
need to find another path. Like,
because that's what
Yeah.
we do. We
Yeah.
like doing things. So I feel like that's why I don't think like what does technology mean take over? It probably will for a moment in a sense, but I don't feel like it could be everlasting because either it's gonna kill us all, or we're gonna realize like this shit is actually really effective in a lot of connecting the world, helping each other, all this shit. You know what I mean?
But what about the people that can't do those other things?
What other things?
That artistic thing. Like what about people that were, I don't know.
People created math.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm getting at. Like that's what people do. They don't need it's a wild spectrum of what you might not consider a hobby is someone else's hobby.
But you would have to get rid of like the modern like economic system.
yeah, but
you know?
I mean the economic system is forever changing. It's never the same. It looks the same, but it's not.
that's
and
like crypto coming in right now, taking over. Like the way we think of the U.S. dollar now is going to totally change with cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
Just things like that. It's always ever evolving.
What is that shit? Can you explain that shit to me? Is that like some fucking digital token?
Yeah, it's just like a blockchain, just like code, and that's.
But
like,
what is the code for? Like what is it?
It's like an identification number. The same like if you take out your little dollar right now, and there's that little serial number on that dollar. It's exactly
What
what
is
that
it
is in its own
set
form.
on though? Like you know how the dollar is based on gold?
Yeah,
So
it's. I couldn't tell you actually. Victor, do you know about this?
No.
Yeah.
then what's cryptocurrency based off? Or like what is it?
I just think of it as another form of a dollar. It's another currency. That's just what it is.
That's just weird.
But
That is so weird.
It is based, I believe, off of
It's-
like not just gold, but I believe like money in general.
I really don't even
Because
know.
I feel like it would be hard. We don't even base our money off gold anymore, so I feel like it's hard for even Bitcoin to do the same
Yeah.
because it's about like converting your money into its own little wallet.
But
And
what
that's the
about
code.
like I just don't understand it. Like it's like digital, like it's just
Yeah.
can it get hacked?
It hasn't
Nah,
yet.
It's very like if you've ever signed up for it, it's like stupid encrypted. Even
Yeah.
signing
How
up
much is
encrypted
one
as fuck.
Bitcoin worth
Dude.
in US dollars?
Bitcoin's like 23 something right now. 23,000.
For one
For
Bitcoin?
one Bitcoin. 23,500, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And was it worth like cents at any point?
Oh, dude, yes. It was It's at $23,477 right now.
And there's people with hundreds of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people that have thrown away laptops with like, if they had those laptops now, would have like over 20 million Bitcoin on it, like in US dollar.
Oh
$20
my
million.
God. So it's like on a
20
memory
million.
card.
Some Bitcoin wallets are local wallets where like they just save on that hard drive.
And it's and the code for it is like,
Oh yeah, if you throw it away, you're not getting that back. That laptop dies, like the hard
yeah,
drive
it's not,
fails.
you don't
you're-
call someone. It's like, hey, I can't log in.
Yeah,
like,
nah, you're not getting that back. There are probably companies that could recover that, but obviously, that's the
so
thing.
what happens when there's like a solar flare and your Bitcoin is fucking fried? Like, is everyone just broke?
I can't comment on that just because I don't know about that.
This has
but,
only existed for like
um,
seconds in the amount of time that like catastrophe can ruin technology.
I mean, how big is a solar flare? Because it could ruin us.
yeah, that would be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but the solar flare, like not even just a solar flare, but like a magnetic pulse or something, that all of our electronics just fry. Like it can happen, like it's happened before, and it's like something like that isn't unlikely. So it's like you're basing your whole future on something that's like, I don't know. That's why the gold standard is so like set, because it's a precious metal.
Right.
But I don't know how long.
It's not even set right now though because they're just printing out U.S. dollars all willy nilly.
Well, yeah, this money thing isn't real.
Yeah.
Well, and I was just about to say, neither is the gold. We decided. That's
Yeah.
what precious
Gold.
Exactly.
Gold is some rock that's in the ground. Like we're just like,
So,
oh, shiny.
so do you think at some point Bitcoin? So what chooses if something is worth it? Just public opinion.
Basically, yeah.
So what
And
if we all just abandon the dollar right now? And we're like, oh yeah, we don't care about that.
it will happen
I
because
mean, that's what happened
yeah.
with Germany, and like right after World War II with right after invasion, what was it? Their Deutschmarks or like whatever it was, they
Oh,
literally
worthless.
like they were using them to like have flames in their house to like literally stay alive. They used them as wallpaper to stay away from the winter. Like they were using them like
That's
nothing.
crazy.
So like
Old ass currency. Have you ever held like a fucking token from like 1700s or something, like from pirate ships?
No.
nah, that's
Like gold
interesting.
tokens.
Mm.
If you go to like a museum, you see them, and they weren't really a standard thing. Like they just had to have like a stamp. It was like almost like a dab of gold,
Yeah.
and then they just pressed like a logo on it, and they
Mhm.
just sent that out as money, because it wasn't so refined. Like if you look at a quarter now,
Yeah,
That's
they're all
all
not like
perfect
perfectly
and
shaped.
everything's
yeah.
like, it looks like a bullet. Like
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
shit is like solid. But like tokens back then, they were just like almost like little doubloons, like just like, you know.
No, because back then, like, it was actually worth its weight in gold.
Exactly.
So, like, it didn't really matter what it looked like.
That was just creepy. Like like those certain times, like just money was super like, I don't know, very little people had it, you know,
Weird.
and very little people have it now. But like just living where we are now, we're already in like such a high percentage of the population of the planet, you know,
Mhm.
like just being able to work a job
right.
and earn
Right.
money and be in America.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, if you think of a country like Somalia or something, like that's not even a choice. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to live a certain way, you couldn't, because it's just not available.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even a lack of trying, you know?
Yeah.
The reason those people are pirates, I learned this like a couple months ago, is because they used to be fishermen, and now like all of our port, because there's tons of like, have you seen Captain Phillips?
Yeah.
Like those ships have ruined like the fish there. Like they've ruined the fishing there, and that's why the Somali pirates, like they resulted to just having to hijack these people, because like they can't
Oh, wow.
fucking source anything, you know?
Yeah.
So like they got to get money somehow.
They gotta survive. They found
That shit
a
is
way.
crazy. Like, fuck, you're going to take our fish? We'll steal a couple fucking crates of Nikes. Don't worry. You know, because that's like, it's going through the side of Africa up into Asia. But That's crazy. Anyway, that's just fucking wild. Like the certain lives people live, like something we'll never experience, you know?
Just dependent on where you're born.
Honestly, that's such a roll of the dice. Okay,
Victor's
here's
in
a deep
Poinciana.
question.
Could you believe that?
Now Poinciana.
That's the worst.
You have to drive through like
Man.
17 miles of dense fucking forest.
If y'all just want to say y'all bitches, y'all can just. If y'all can
Yo,
say
that shit
just
scares
say
me.
that, yeah,
I don't think
that.
I don't think I would drive over there like super
Wait,
super late.
can we curse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, fuck Marco Rubio.
I've been going in.
All right, cool.
Why?
All right. That video you sent, dude. That's
You don't believe it?
nah. It's just him trying to get voters, man, from the crazies. Not the crazies. Sorry, but you know.
What do you mean the crazies?
He's
You don't
just-
think what he said was real?
I doubt it.
He can't just say that as a government official.
I mean, he can say that there are reports of things flying over air bases. Yeah. He didn't specifically say that they were like UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
But he was pretty much well, that's the thing. Like, what is a UFO?
It's an unidentified flying object. So.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
these are like reports, but did you hear what he said about them? He said that they were moving in ways that we couldn't understand. That's a huge thing with
reports from them squinting like 100 miles away. Like, what is that?
Oh my god!
What is that thing?
So I mean, it begs the question: do
Have
you
you
not
seen
believe in aliens?
You know,
Oh no, dude, if we're on this rock right here, there's got to be somebody on that rock over there. Like, don't even come on.
yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's like we're a spaceship, because the Earth is constantly moving. Like, we don't just orbit the sun; we like move through space with everything.
Yeah.
Expanding.
So it's like, who knows if we'll ever come in contact with something that's like, you know, somehow the paths will be close enough to where if there is space travel with them, we could like link up somehow. Like, what if the time to meet someone is just about to become,
like here?
yeah, like become
Now.
possible?
If
You
it
know?
happens, I'm gonna see if I can catch a ride with them.
I don't know.
You know?
man.
Oh my God, they probably live a way crazier life, you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say I can't imagine them coming right now. It's just like, if you think about the idea of aliens and like how they would have to survive outside of our planet, right? And assuming they're not like carbon based like we are, like, then there's almost no guarantee that they are going to be built anything like us or anything that we will remotely even understand to look at, if that makes sense. The textures,
Like an octopus?
The texture.
Literally, yeah.
Well, see, like, it doesn't even count because we see one. We know the texture. We know. It's like making another color. Like,
Yeah.
like you can't imagine. Like, you can try to imagine, but it's
Like,
all
what
of
if these
reference
life forms are made
pictures.
of gas?
What if they're, you feel me, straight light
know?
beings? Like, it's this, like, for me, it's such a crazy concept because I personally literally cannot imagine. It is all just reference of what I've seen before as an alien.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that's why I think, like, it'd break a lot of our heads. And maybe not to the point where we wouldn't do anything, but definitely to a point where we'd be like, oh, wait, I know we sent out that little toaster that was like giving, you know, like directions to our place and conversations, but I take that back.
Sorry, we
Like,
took your photo.
Yo, like, I think
That was
it's
not
so
us.
crazy.
We
Fact.
forwarded it from
Yeah.
someone else.
it was from over here. But
It came
I
from
do
that red
find
planet over there.
Facts, get away from us.
Crazy.
I do find space to be the idea of space and the concept to be so. I
Is
don't
it
know.
scary?
It's like being in your mind, just
No,
the center of your mind.
But it's
Like,
it's,
But it
almost
just
too hard to
expands
imagine.
forever. Literally just expands forever.
it's almost too hard to imagine. But like he just said, like I always tell people all the time, like, if you close your eyes and keep walking forward, how far can you keep walking?
Mike was
forever.
like, till I hit the wall, dog.
Like,
Yeah, what do you mean?
close your eyes
Like walking in your mind, not
and
like
now
actually
look
walking.
without opening your eyes.
Okay.
Walk forward. Actually, matter of fact, take off as fast as you can.
Do the
as far
dash.
as
I
you
can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Well, what do you mean take off? Like,
Okay, so again, close your eyes.
physically take off? You want me to get
No,
up right
no,
now?
No, close your eyes.
Okay.
look. And keep stretching that look as far as you can see. Just keep going. Keep going. How far can you continue pushing into that nothingness?
That's scary. That's
Is
crazy.
Is it though? Because so and that's what he says. Like it's so akin to space outside, because space, like human language is so strange, and we like human language traps a lot of concepts, because space is like space between us.
Yeah, like literal space.
And like it's just it just throws you off, and so like I feel like it's akin to what we are. You think it's scary, but it might just not be an area.
Like just like consciousness.
You've walked over, but exactly what is consciousness, and how wide, how spacious.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in the same breath, space only exists in consciousness. Without consciousness, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Space. So I love space. Like space is such a great idea, or not idea, but like it's a crazy existence.
It's a crazy fact.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It's one of the craziest facts.
For sure.
It's a scary place to be,
I don't know.
Wait, so what's scarier? Like the unknown of space or the unknown of the ocean?
Definitely space.
What? Because
We have a
there's some weird
general
shit in the ocean.
idea of what's in the ocean. Like we still haven't seen a megalodon or anything like that. We don't know what the fuck is out there.
Could be down there.
I know. I think if you're chasing around like these ancient creatures,
All right, fuck y'all.
No, I don't know what's scarier. Like they're both like difficult. Like
because apparently we know more about space than we do about the ocean.
right.
I feel like that's just a catchphrase for like ocean fund, like money funding. Like
I mean, it makes sense.
you're telling me we don't have a general idea of like, okay, we're pretty sure we know most of the shit that's down there, right?
I mean,
And
Atlantis
then
could be
it's
down
like-
there, dog. Like,
how general can you be though?
Yeah, but
you know
like-
what I mean? If you only know what you think is 30%, is that enough for you? I can make a general assumption off
And
of
space is just more dangerous.
yeah, I mean, yeah, there's rocks flying everywhere, but you know,
right? I don't
And
know,
like the
we need to
size of
figure that out.
space is also like 80 million times that of our ocean. Like an infinite space
can
is an
reach-
infinite number
But
of
we can reach that infinite area. We can't even reach the bottom of our oceans. Like I
It's
can
so
shoot
close.
a rocket with someone in it, unfortunately, and they would keep going. And the further you get, the space itself would not crush them. Like it would not take them out the game. Like they would just keep pushing. And then the water's like, hey, you ever been fucked every way? And you're like, huh? And it's like, so,
I wonder what that's like.
I don't
dying
want
that
to
way?
want to.
yeah, nah, I don't want to. At
You're
all.
like in a soda can.
yeah.
Nah, bro, I don't even know. I can't. I don't. That's some shit.
There's just
That
a
is-
giant kraken down there waiting for you. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I saw when I was younger. I used to look up giant squid things, and
Yeah.
like it wasn't, bro. It wasn't until like, and I haven't looked it up since I was like 12, but it wasn't. It was until like recently, like 2006 type shit, where they were finding like 14, 15, like 20 fucking feet, huge fucking squids. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, longer than this.
I
fucking
think there's
space.
squids that are like 100 feet long.
Bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that shit. See, and you say
I've seen that,
space,
though.
and
Yeah.
yeah, for
They,
sure
they have
water
like
is
squids.
scarier.
The squids that look like satellites down
For
there,
sure,
bro. Like,
water is scarier because
It
of what
has
we
to be.
know of from the general deduction. No life can exist in space. In space, right? Not on planets.
Yeah.
Lives live in the deep water, and that shit is.
and you can't see that far ahead either. Like, can you imagine just rolling up on something?
Yo, you imagine running into one of those?
Yeah, I used to look this shit up and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, nah, I couldn't do that.
Like,
That shit is scary.
I would shit my pants.
They have a beak. Like, there's a beak
Yes,
in there. Like, it will
yes.
eat you.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
something. This is something that was actually.
Yeah, that's the satellite thing I was talking about. Like, look at that thing.
You never saw that before? That's scary. That shit came up next to the BP oil rig.
That's how we get them out.
Jeans
Like-
got all fucked up.
Oh my god! Imagine if it got mutated because of that.
Of
Nah.
It's one of those-
I think the oil just
It's like the
forced it up
Simpsons
from
movie.
Where it was at.
Yeah.
Oh, like the nuclear power plant thing.
Yeah. Okay. Did we even finish what were we just talking about?
UFOs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't believe in any of those reports? Like,
I don't believe in what Marco was talking about.
you don't think
I
so?
just think he was trying to get a vote from that like group of people. But
Yeah.
I mean, I believe there are people that probably have seen extraterrestrials, UFO sightings and whatnot. But you just can't believe what you see.
This is the
Or
UFO
here, I
footage
mean.
released by the Pentagon.
Oh, you got footage for me.
Of course I do.
You ever come in any encounters, Victor?
I say yes, but I wouldn't know for certain, right?
Was there?
But it
anything-
wasn't like an encounter with like people or anything, or aliens. It was like a UFO, and I got pictures.
You saw it? Oh, you got pictures?
So here it is. He's saying there's a whole fleet of them. Victor, can you give me that remote over there? Thank you.
See, again, like me just being me. I want to see this in person. I can't
Yeah.
watch it because like I can make that.
But if the Pentagon released it, why wouldn't it be real?
You're right. Why wouldn't it?
And this is like real footage from a...
Is that just moving like at a consistent speed? Wow.
There he captures it. Like on the tracker.
Yeah.
They're so impressed with it too, with the way it's moving. So the cool thing about this footage, what they say is very significant about this, is so this is like heat, like infrared,
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really seeing a video of it, you're seeing its heat signature, or like, but you're not seeing it's flying, and you're not seeing any exhaust.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like apparently what's very interesting about these videos and these anomalies is that there's no clear method of propelling,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Interesting.
I don't know, they say they use gravity somehow, like that they just, so imagine if you could move, but instead of moving, like imagine if you moved and nothing around you affected you, like there was no resistance. Do you know what I mean? Like you had your own little pocket of gravity. Like
that's
everything
hard.
around you is pushing outward. You know what I mean? You're in a bubble. And instead of like physically moving, you're kind of just, you're pointing a hole that you want to fall into in front of you.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, because if you're a bubble of gravity, I'm assuming since you're creating a force against natural gravity against all of Earth, the rest of gravity would want to smush you because you're fighting
Exactly.
against
So
it,
you're
so
just
it
like
pushes you.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
It's like almost like magnets in a way.
Correct. I was about to,
Yeah.
and then what's funny? That's what I was saying. I was like, what if it's like off magnetic force, and then you said gravity, but then I'm not smart enough to know if like you in that bubble does like that create enough force to keep air friction off of you, because air friction could still be a thing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like
It
they don't
wouldn't.
show.
Because not even light could touch you. Like gravity, like you would almost become invisible if you're in a pocket of...
No, I mean your
Of
gravity would have
gravity.
to be like stupid strong.
I have no idea which one's turning off right now. Do you guys know where that beeping came from?
I see a red
One
mark
on
on
that
this, but I don't know if that's
That one's
recording or
good.
dying battery. Okay, it might have been that one.
Yeah, it's probably that one.
I don't know. It don't matter. But I don't know. I just think this stuff is very interesting because I think I believe in some of the footage. Like
That's the
just
thing,
think
right?
it's-
Like we have to I don't know. Like, I, just so everyone knows, I naturally hate, like, I would say
That's a fact.
95% facts. I hate almost 95% of conspiracy theories.
Uh-huh.
But I do understand that we cannot fully trust our government just as is, and in general, just because I feel like all governments should be checked at all times by a revolving round of people who aren't constantly in the know or can be in the know. But
Well, they lied about the program that was studying this before.
right, I mean, but they always do, right? So that's why I was about to say, like,
And then they recently came out and said, yeah, we actually do have this thing going on. And, like, this is what they released.
they have to give us something, or otherwise
Yeah.
we'll do something. Like, I feel like
Do you think they're way ahead of, like, where they think we are? Where we think they are?
I think they're a bit ahead. I don't think they're like, I think to us, because we don't know right now, it's way ahead. But in like the scale of how we operate isn't like stupid ahead. Because like something that I'm always interested in, that I
Yeah.
personally like, dumb person thought pointy thinking, like I will forever be convinced by myself that we definitely found some alien technology like right before, during, or like I don't know, sometime right before touchscreens came into place. Because you guys remember between 6th and 7th grade, I don't remember like one touchscreen thing. 7th through 8th grade, there was I think the G3 by then or a G2, and by 9th grade, everyone had an Apple. You feel me?
An
10th
iPhone.
An
Yeah.
iPhone, bro. Everything became touchscreen, and I feel like that was one of the last times as technology like really like gapped. Like,
Yeah.
Stupid gapped. You know what I mean? So like I mean to the point where our phones now pick up like just our heat signature off our thumb, or they used to. I can't remember if they're still doing it.
They can
But
read your fingerprint through the screen on
You,
some phones.
you get what I'm
That's
saying?
insane.
Like
Wow.
your face unlocks your phone. Like
Yeah.
And I feel like people not take it for granted, but like some people don't slow down to think about it too often. And I just feel like yes, they are ahead. I'm not like I feel like they can't be so stupid ahead, unless it's so stupid ahead they can like physically keep us all from knowing, like or being like inclined like some Men in Black shit. Like
Yeah.
like they'd have to be that far ahead. But I feel like they're definitely a good fucking couple feet ahead. There's like
You think maybe like 10 years in technology ahead so far?
no. So see, and that's the funny thing. Like
You think
I
the
feel
gap
like
closed that much?
no. So that's the funny thing. I feel like as humans, we also underestimate like projects. The United States wasn't made in 10 years. Like it was a whole thing in coming. So 10 years is a baby amount of time.
Yeah.
In like a 10-year gap, or I mean, excuse me, 100-year gap. So I think they're like maybe 20 years ahead of us. And like, don't forget, like you mentioned earlier, it's about intellectual property. Just because I have 20 years from now concepts doesn't mean I have the materials to make it. I still can't even reach the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
what I mean? But I definitely feel like they have like a good forward ahead of us. Like a part of me really truly believes like VR, like they purposely are releasing not garbage, but garbage VR. Like I personally believe they have way better.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
And that's
for
what
sure.
I mean by it's a step process.
VR
Like they give us bit by bit, so they're not like
but
yo.
But you know
VR
what?
is very advanced.
Microsoft had something going with their VR, and they sold it to the government for a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot.
We're
that's
very
gone now, probably.
That's what I'm getting
What
at. Like
the hell?
we're very. I feel like they piecemeal us.
What do you think they did?
I don't know.
It's like that
Couldn't
guy
tell.
that invented the car that could run off steam, like for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a water powered engine.
Yeah, a hydrogen
And-
engine. They're
yeah,
dangerous.
the government.
Oh, they're dangerous.
Mm-hmm. But like no, they're functional. But they
yeah,
can be
but
very
this
dangerous.
guy made a realistic like he fixed the gasoline question,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and his invention disappeared and he died. Like he disappeared.
Yeah.
Like this
Get the
dude
roll in the
went
dough.
missing.
He was messing with the wrong wallets, bro.
They kept telling him. He kept telling them no,
Yeah.
and they were like,
Yeah.
no problem.
Like, oh, okay. You don't want to vacation anymore. Okay,
We'll send you on one.
we're gonna
You been to Greece?
we're gonna come by.
You been to Greece? You and your lady been to Greece? I'll take you.
Yeah, right. They're gonna take him out back and shoot him in the back of the head.
Oh no.
No, I feel like they're cleaner than that. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, I hate getting in. I mean, I hate conspiracy theories because, like, my favorite thing to do to conspiracy theorists that, like, I feel like they never get. Mind you, I feed on some conspiracy theories because you can't trust everything. But my favorite is when they're going in, I'll just keep adding. Because why not? I mean, if you don't trust the government, why would they do that? Like, there's no way. Like, why don't you think they just gave you this footage? Like, so when the problem with conspiracy theories is they're all too distrusting, but they trust other info. You can't not like wholly distrust one piece of info and then lose the rest on I don't know, on nothing. Like for instance, flat earthers, right?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And like for me, it's only crazy because every day you get in your car and you expect it to turn on without understanding a damn thing that's happening.
Damn right.
Every day, like as a kid, you fell, you knew if you landed on your motherfucking leg the wrong way, it was gonna break.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? You know these things without being told. They're like, or you like you're told to do certain things that you're missing a lot of steps. I don't know how this works and how it's recording. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything, but they're willing to question science they're not willing to do. That shit throws me. You feel me? Like, if you want to be a flat earther, fine. No problem. Get your experiments out. Get your data going. Like, do what you do, because I feel like the science community is literally all about, not even joking, we don't know. We don't know.
My
What's a
favorite
fact?
video of a flat earther is when he does that experiment with the two boards, like some mileage apart or whatever.
Yeah.
And the light doesn't line up.
Feel the curvature.
Exactly, yeah. And he saw the curvature.
Yeah. Like, bro, have you been on a cruise?
Yeah.
Personally, it doesn't ever look flat to me. Ever. Every time I like really step back and like try to look at it as far as I can, it never is just like, it's always like with a little curve at the end.
Oh, you actually see the curve?
Yeah, like, bro,
Wow.
you can get, some of these boats are like, bro, I don't even know. There are a couple stories up there. Like when you're on the 14th deck. Yeah, when you're on the 14th deck.
Yeah.
Like, you see a lot. Like, a lot.
Interesting.
So, yeah, that's why I naturally hate, like, real conspiracy people, because like, you can break their logic using their own distrust, and so that's where the fault, like, it falls. Like, there has to be a baseline.
So
somewhere.
what conspiracies do you believe in, or do you think like, okay, yeah, that's definitely, we're definitely not being told everything about this?
This immediately is one. I think they piecemeal us. So, like, I would argue that they did give us this as maybe a truth, like actual archive things of theirs. But I could also believe they did it. I could believe they're giving us this to not necessarily distract us, because what we all naturally think as a distraction is like I'm
this is the
this
thing.
way and I have to.
This is one thing that I personally think about this specific footage, though. They released it and no one is talking about it. Like, had this come out and coronavirus was not a thing, people would be talking about this a lot more than they did for the week that was out.
I don't know. I don't.
Like, I think they released it now, and they're releasing very little bit because they're easing us, and like, they're getting us used to the idea of this. I think they know a lot more than we know. Like,
Yeah, they know. They for sure.
but
know
I'm
more than
talking
we
like,
do.
I think they might even have one, like, to that level.
An alien.
Yeah, or may have like actual contact with them. Like, I do believe that it's possible.
I can see that. I feel that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel
It's
that
like-
energy for sure.
It's a big space.
Because
Things are flying around.
think about like how little they're telling us, and it's like they're doing it, and I don't know what I was thinking is like, oh yeah, they're gonna release this shit during Corona because no one is paying attention to this, like, right now. Like, let's just throw shit now, and like get them slowly used to this truth that there are aliens. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think they know, and I think there's definitely aliens, like, and they've definitely been here. Like, I think it's definitely, like, at this point, it's just too much shit is being talked about in the government right now about it, that it's like, these people know something. Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
They say the Mayans were aliens as well, because they had like maps of space that are like far beyond what we had at the time.
Yeah.
And
The pyramids
that's why they
line up
disappeared when they
with
disappeared.
shit in the sky, you know?
Facts.
Yeah.
What do you think about the pyramids, like, and how they pop up all over the world at different times? Do you have it? Do you have a theory on how maybe they were built?
What do you mean?
At least
like how they were like
the Egyptian pyramids, because we don't know how they built that.
Slave labor. No, I don't know.
People can't move those rocks.
I mean, you'd be impressed. You would be impressed at the
Yeah,
marvel
but-
of man, bro.
But we don't know, like,
Right.
who
so,
made it.
I don't know. I really don't, because like I do believe humans could do it. But like for me, I guess the questionable portion is the precision. Like it's disgusting.
Well, it's perfect almost.
It's disgusting.
Like,
by primitive standards, it's disgusting. I cannot stand outside and map a star right now. You know,
Yeah,
none
no.
of us can.
Yeah.
So it's that.
And we have all this technology. Imagine at that time when
You
they had
see-
like sticks and
you
stones.
see what I'm
Like,
saying?
how did
Yeah.
they do that?
Exactly. So my point of earlier, like people just do shit. Like someone
Yeah.
said, "Bro, my cousin died, and I'm gonna build a stupid monument right here because me and him noticed that these 3 stars, dead ass, never move." Okay, like
Yeah.
that's
It's like-
happening, you know. So I guess it might come. Like I really do believe, and this is my hippie side. I really do believe that humans are connected on a fundamentally, like we can speak scientifically,
Like
on a
spiritual
cellular
level.
and a like spiritual
yeah,
level.
like there's an
and,
energy
you know what I
between
mean?
us.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Literally
naturally
like wavelengths.
like
Yeah.
birds. Birds know how to fly immediately. You know what I mean? Or not immediately, but they know they need to fly. I feel like we know
It's
what
like
we want to
instinct.
do, or what we exactly what
It's
we're
like
pulling
that.
to do when
Yeah.
someone dies, and how we want to mourn them. Because, you know, if we all came from one portion of the world, then we had to have had some of the same traditions, whether we call them traditions or not. And so,
Mhm.
how did it spread across the world? Well, a continuous split of, well, I just mourned the loss of whatever. But me and my me and my forefathers walked these stars to get here. Like now we're here, we're gonna build it here because this is where we wanted to make it to. You know, I just feel like, and mind you, I mean like that's important. I'm just saying that like this is that. Like, you know, it could have been they built it there because of the journey and getting there, or
Yeah.
just the respect of how highly they were like, yo, everything changes, stars change every day, but these 3 don't. That gotta be holy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But to the level of like commitment that they went, that's crazy. That's like
Christianity.
it's mind-boggling. Like I've never seen them in person, but I know
facts.
that when
I
I
wanna
see
go.
them in person, I'm gonna be like blown away because it's such a crazy, insane like
Yeah.
level of architecture
yeah.
that it doesn't matter when you're born, like. As a human being, when you see it, you're just like blown away. Period.
The
By the
Golden
scale of
Do you
it.
guys
State
know when they were made?
Bridge?
Because I don't know when they were made. Like,
The pyramids.
yeah.
I could get into a whole thing about this. So, school tells you that they are 4,000 years old, like 2000 BC area. And like the unorthodox theories of the pyramids suggest they're like way older. But yeah. So we say they're 2000 BC, they're 4,000 years old.
Okay. What was this about the Golden State Bridge?
That
Just it being a thing?
we did that across a stupid amount of water.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm just getting at. Like, I feel like we sleep on things that are marvelous. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's not to take away from the the pyramids at all, because you can't. But
Well,
it's
we
just
can't
the-
replicate it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And like technically, I'm sure we could replicate the Golden State Bridge, but the feat alone is
Yeah.
outstanding. And it's like, whoa, like I don't understand. How did motherfuckers not drown? What are we doing? How did we do this? You know, like,
Yeah, like how did we even get a chance to do it?
exactly. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like, I don't know. We're a fucking marvel, bro. We be pulling
Well,
shit
the
off
way we
that's
go to
crazy.
space and come back like it's nothing nowadays,
Oh,
like
dude.
just being able to go to space,
For sure.
that shit is
What is
like-
it? A couple hundred of people now? Not even just like
cool level, like like that's a cool level to be as an organism, you know.
I stepped out of my environment
like-
and survived.
Oh, it's like,
Okay.
oh, we went to the moon. You know that thing way up there? Like we went to that and
No, you
came
didn't.
back.
Could you imagine being
They-
Neil
they did.
Armstrong, being the first person to go to that moon? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I wouldn't have gone back then. You know how scary shit is?
I probably no.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
Have you ever been in a car from the 1960s?
people back then, bro, literally were like,
Savages.
if I don't have a legend to my name, why am I alive? Niggas were like, we're going to build a vehicle that gets off the ground and just continually goes. And people were like, okay, bro. And they were like, we're bros.
They're
And
laughing
then
on
they
their
built
horses.
a fucking, no, exactly. And then they built a fucking plane. They were like, oh, we're lit.
Oh,
ha,
those
ha, ha,
Oh my
ha.
God.
Like,
It's like, I'm going to go ride my horse. I'll be seeing you fail later.
and
then-
as they taking off,
And
like,
then American Airlines is now like huge,
exactly.
you know?
I want to see, like, that's why I realized I used to, when I was younger, I didn't want to live until I was older, because like just looking at old people when I was younger, I was like, they look miserable. Like that shit looks like it sucks.
Yeah.
But like I've had a couple psychedelic experiences and just like, you know, just not overthinking, but thinking about things. And I realized like I want to live to an old age now for nothing other than the experience.
Yeah.
I want to see what I get to experience until my last breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good. But it doesn't matter what it is. I want to see what it is I get to experience. So like, and I'm very interested to see society and how it goes and how it continues.
Oh my God.
Cause like that's multiple
Are
facets.
things going to
you
get
know?
better?
I think so.
That's nice.
I really, really
Are
think
things
so.
going to get better, Anil?
Well, global warming is a thing. Serious issue. So hopefully things do get better. Could you imagine like restarting on Mars? Like
No, that's not. I don't even know why we entertain that idea.
What? Because we're lazy. Like we don't want to. People
That's
can't
how
hold
lazy we are.
accountability,
I
bro.
think Elon Musk
Like-
actually wants to go to Mars though. I think
Well, he's
It might
doing
be a
this
thing.
for money. Like he's like, oh, I need funding for.
Nah, he's the
for
same
this, and it's
as
like-
the Wright brothers and as the niggas who made the pyramids.
Exactly.
He's to
They're the
that.
same.
Yeah,
He's to
Same.
that level, but I don't think it's a smarter idea to leave Earth and go to Mars. Like, there's no oxygen there. Like,
we
I
build
mean,
bubbles.
currently.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
If we can get there.
it's such a
damn
last
sure we can
resort
innovate.
thing, though. Like, we have way more availability to fix the planet
for sure
right
And
now
that's why
than
I
we
think we're
do
gonna get better.
leaving.
Yeah, and that's why I
Like,
think we're gonna
leaving
get
is
better.
such a lazy move,
I
like
don't
you
know,
said.
I mean, maybe it
I
could be
think-
like a vacation spot. Like,
But I just think it's.
What are you gonna
porque no
sell?
los-
Fucking Mars timeshares?
hey.
I think it's porque no los dos. To be honest, I think they're
Yeah.
gonna
It
do.
could be both,
I think
exactly,
it's
yeah, like, why
both,
not?
and because the thing about Mars is like, if we're putting even moderate effort on Earth,
Yeah.
there's no rush on the Mars project. But while we're asleep here, focusing on saving Earth for the next 15 years, right before we turn 40, and they're like, hey, actually, we've planted so many trees there that by the time you guys are about 60, the oxygen will literally like shift the atmosphere, so we're good. Is that cool? And then we're all like, okay, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
it's not to say that we're gonna experience it at a very young age, but I feel like it could be both.
I do say, like, I feel like when we're like 80 something,
We're gonna see some shit.
we're gonna be able.
Bro.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to pay for a
Let
ticket.
me tell you about what happened back in my day.
to teleport.
You know, we couldn't just fly here to Mars. We had to take a rocket. Like,
yeah, dude. I think about when the first time
we had to ride a
ever-
nuclear missile.
There's gonna be like a zip line to Mars.
Have you guys ever asked your grandparents how old they are, or when they were born, not how old they are?
No.
So like human language is so interesting because it like certain words obviously ignite certain
Yeah.
ideas. When you ask anyone older how old you are, I realize like I personally don't put any extra thought into it. I don't care. It's a number. I just want to know how like old you are. But if I ask someone what year they were born, it incites so many thoughts and ideas. So the first time I ever asked my grandma when she was born, I like my head was blown the fuck off because I know she was old, but she's like, 1939, and I was like,
Wow.
Like right at like a year after the Holocaust was beginning, like when the whole world was at a shitstorm where like millions of people died. You were like 6 and you like existed through like the rock era and the smoking era. Like
oh my
you
god.
did that. Like that throws me. So like imagine what we will see.
Yeah.
Imagine what
You're
we will
fucking blowing my
see.
mind.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so I love that shit. So
I think about time so much. Like, time is a very, and like you
peculiar
said,
thing.
time and space. Because if you get into the space talk, like you said, like just consciousness and like
Mhm.
acquiring space, even with just thought, like
Yeah.
this stuff is crazy. Like, you're gonna fucking,
Time is wild, and I feel like we also take that shit for granted.
and when you die,
Ooh.
there's definitely something, right?
Yes.
Like, and the something could easily be you at a mall taking off some goggles, going like, "Holy shit, I just lived a whole life."
It's like a Rick and Morty episode right there.
I don't know.
Hey, I've never watched it, but
You never watched Rick and Morty?
I have never.
Oh,
I've only seen the clip.
Michael.
I've only seen. This is the thing. You guys have never watched fucking wrestling? Not even growing up?
I used to hate wrestling as a kid.
It's not the same. I know it's fake. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
enjoy
thought-
something.
And
That's
this
fake.
is a cartoon.
Literally,
No.
honestly, I was 8 looking at other kids like, why are we doing this? Can we go
Like,
play
for real.
football
Oh
outside?
my god.
I was a terrible kid. Like I didn't like me in sports and all that
Anyway.
shit.
All
I'm
right,
so
so
sorry.
Rick and
we
Morty.
have to watch that though.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't
all right,
not
we'll
watch
You
watch
should
that.
do
it.
yourself a favor.
I have
like,
Hulu.
It is doing yourself a favor. I feel like with your personality, you're definitely gonna laugh.
Oh, dude, you would like.
It gets pretty wild, but like
Yeah.
you realize the wildness is he speaks facts. Like Rick is the most annoying, arrogant like person I think or character I've ever.
Yeah, he's like an
encountered.
alcoholic.
No, fuck. Like literally, I
That's
can
a
excuse
scientist?
the alcoholicness.
Yeah,
It's
he is a scientist.
it's-
He drinks, yes, but like
you can excuse. I personally can excuse the fuck out of it. It's
Yeah,
his,
yeah, I don't
it's
even
his
notice that
attitude
shit.
towards existence that like makes him so arrogant. Like he's just super smart and he's super arrogant, and so like you
Yeah.
can see it get played through. But it's a very interesting show. It tosses so many concepts at you that are very interesting. I watched literally all of Rick and Morty tripping before, like
Oh
every
my
single
God,
single
beautiful.
episode, and that shit throws you like I've paused a million times having an existential crisis. But when we die, there's definitely something, right? So
Yeah.
I am an avid psychedelic user. I love it. And
I've only tripped the one time, and I will say, like on record, like after doing that, I remember while it was going down, saying to myself, I don't ever not want to like not experience this, like
correct.
like this is a whole other
You woke up.
dimension, like type.
You woke up to a new world.
It was crazy,
The
and like the next thing that I thought was, when is this gonna happen again?
Whenever you wanted to.
Well, I'm sure, but like kind of deep thinking, I was like, oh, I don't not want to be this. Like, just it was such a crazy feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and like the things I was seeing were affecting me emotionally in such a
Yeah,
dramatic
for sure.
way that I almost didn't know how to. So like most of my day that day was trying to describe what I was going through.
Most of your day tripping, or most of your day after tripping?
Most of my day tripping. Like I was like
trying to figure out what you were.
not figure it out. I was trying to express it. Like I was just
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I was
get
trying
you.
to I was trying to verbalize
You get so
some of the
excited.
things I was seeing.
Mm-hmm,
So I was like, I just can't tell you. Like, you literally
No,
will
you can't.
not
No.
Yeah, you can
understand what I'm going through right
You
now.
can influence somebody's, and again, language is such a crazy thing. You can influence somebody's trip by trying to explain what you see, thus then having them be like, I see it, but they don't see what
Yeah, no,
you're seeing.
they don't see
they
that.
And
never see
so,
the same thing.
and so, it's funny you say like, because of like how we hang. So me and Anil were cool already, but I think what really got me and Anil to bond like forever is we both first tripped together.
Oh my god.
That was a great day.
It was a great day.
Oh, man.
It was me and him, and so for sure, like he's my brother, bro. I love this guy. So yeah, man, tripping is such a like my first trip ever. I was so excited. I was like 20 or 20, yeah, right before I turned 21, I think, or some shit.
Wow.
And I had just started smoking weed, bro, like not even a year prior. Like it had just been barely a year.
Yeah.
And that alone, like starting to smoke weed took me out of school, because I realized in that moment, I realized I've always been a very philosophical person, and like nothing in this world matters more to me than concepts and figuring things out. I love thinking. I love abstractness, and I realized that's my thing. And when I smoked, it took me out of school, because for all of my life, I thought weed was terrible. I thought it was gonna fuck you up. Like,
oh my
all
god,
this
yeah.
shit, you know what I mean?
There, bro. That's what they tell you.
And
That
so
was Reagan.
That right there bro, smoking and it doing not that.
Yeah.
Destroyed so many other things that I didn't like understand, that thus had me like look into. So before I tripped, I literally researched for like 3 months before I tripped alone. I didn't even look for anyone to cop from. I just researched.
Like, let me figure out
off.
what I'm getting into.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so
Because
funny.
this is a thing.
It's a thing. And it's so funny because when you're researching, at that moment, I felt like I was finding so many different sources. I had such a great idea as to what I was going to go through. A great idea. So after 3 months, boom, I'm like, let me go find a plug. After that, every single person who have like sold weed to me, I was like, yo, you know who get tabs? You know who get tabs? You know who get tabs? And I learned very quickly, a lot of people who sell weed do not sell tabs. A lot of them. There are definitely different
person.
Whoa, different people for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like you can go to a tab plug and be like, yo, can I call blah blah? And they'd be like, yeah, you have a nice conversation about how y'all been, and you dip. Weed people are like stuck in the security world, and they're like, no, just sit with me for a little bit and let's talk for like 30 minutes because I want you to hang out. And you're like, bro, I'm just trying to cop, bro. I know we're cool, but like, anyways, I guess trippy people more aware about other people's situations and willing
usually
to
it's like just paper as well, you know. Like,
yeah, it's just so simple.
Yeah.
But I
They want to have a conversation and fucking chill with you.
It's chill. It's fuck. I can do a conversation for days. It's about the chilling.
No. Smoking with your weed dealer is not like the way to go.
No,
Like,
to be real, it's not the way to go.
If it's like, I don't know, like if you're friends with them, I guess it's different. But if it's like your plug just your plug,
I don't know, bro. Like I haven't.
You're not chilling with your plug. You know?
bro. Like I've done it, and it's just like I felt like I was dragged through the experience because I didn't want to be there. But
that's why when it becomes legal, I can't wait to just go to a store.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? For sure. I'm gonna grow. Fuck that. So
that's you're not wrong. I mean, you can't grow like an ice cream sandwich.
What?
Like the weed world is gonna explode.
Yeah, but I mean,
all
I'm
these
just
different
gonna buy
ways.
some seeds, and I'm a very minimal smoker, so whatever I grow is literally what I'm gonna smoke, like the whole thing.
Yeah, but if you ever wanted like a crazy Sprite that'll fuck you up for a night or something, like that's gonna be a thing.
I mean, for sure. It's just, I mean,
I don't know. They market it so differently, like in places that it's legal. It's not marketed here at all. Actually, it might be marketed a little bit for medical, right?
I can tell.
No,
Aren't there
I have a
medical
lot of
labs
weed
here?
event things on my phone, so for me it's marketed, but it's not really marketed.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
fake
these are like
marketing.
underground.
Oh yeah, I have like 3 of them. So
That's
it's a deal.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I find the tabs via a dude who worked at Jared.
Oh my god. Not Jared.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
man, he was.
I forgot about that.
I love that guy. So we figured he tripped, and the only way I figured it was because one day we went to Rising Star,
Yeah.
and he was there, and he was like dancing his ass off.
Oh,
but he
Jared's
looked
hilarious.
like a raver.
Oh yeah, he's cool, dude.
He looked like a raver, and I was like, nah, he looked like he owned something. So after that, like a week later, I was like, yo, you know anyone can get me tabs? And I'll never forget, he just kind of looked at me like,
I am the tabs.
no, he goes, yeah, I think so. I just got to talk to my guy. And I was like, yes.
Oh my
god. He copped 4 tabs for me, Anil, his friend Cam, and Alyssa. And we all met up. I don't know what day it was, but we met up at like 10 in the morning. We all ate beforehand.
Jesus.
And
Yeah, we made sure we were good to go.
Yeah, bro. We popped them shits. And we started playing Uno.
No.
Or cards. I can't remember which one. It was. I think it was Uno.
I think it was Uno.
And so we're playing Uno, and like it's coming up, but it doesn't. It feels weird, but it doesn't feel bad. So I'm riding it, and as I'm playing Uno, we're all starting to laugh at silly shit, all of us.
Definitely get giggly, bro.
Yo, the giggles
my
came on
God.
so quick, and I remember I looked at Alyssa, and for a second I thought I saw like a purple, like she had purple, like a whole. You see my curls? I saw like a whole curl of hers be purple. And I mean like,
What?
and I mean solid purple. And I was like, what? And so I was like, no.
Play-Doh purple.
Yes, like purple. I
Just
was like,
vibrant, bro.
whoa. I looked and I was like, no way. And I kept looking at the cards and playing. And then I looked up and I was like, yo, your hair looks kind of purple. And like, da da. And we all started laughing.
Oh my goodness.
And then I was like, I was still doing all right because, you know, the waves were coming on. And at first I was like, I can stay above them. And then I slowly started letting them drown me. And right before I drowned, I just remembered I was putting down a card. Or no, I picked up a card, and when I pulled it from the deck, I saw my card get lifted, so the deck shortened, and then it like started rising.
Yo,
and
my
I was
God.
just
Yep.
like, okay, we're tripping. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna stop this right now. I need to. I don't know. And after that, we all just laid out. We listened to. I don't even know.
I just want to let you know that you have the best ceiling for tripping.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know
absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
I know
The
that.
ceiling,
My old apartment had it.
bro. I stared
And-
at that ceiling for hours.
We all
What?
yo.
Don't-
what a
don't-
great time.
don't-
Wait, sorry, Michael, but the 4 of us were laying down in our living room, just staring at the ceiling, listening to like Frank Ocean,
silence.
like
Silence. That's how we knew we all became great friends. No one tried to fill the
Nobody did.
noise.
Yeah,
Everyone
no.
was just like, let's experience this shit.
Yeah.
Let's taste this.
Oh
shit,
my
bro.
God.
dude, it was a great time.
It was a beautiful time, bro. And then but then we all put ourselves in a very anxious mode because we were like, we can't go outside. No,
Bro, that's how
outside
I
is evil.
felt outside.
And then finally we did go outside. And like for a while I was very anxious about other people staring at me and seeing what I looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I think about that now, I laugh because
Yeah.
like Trip Victor now is like, who could give a fuck about anybody
they have-
anywhere, buddy? But we were like by this bridge thing where the water had like disappeared, so it was like really mossed up. And it was like a lake, I guess, a lake that had like dried out and a bridge over it. And we were all standing there just chilling, and we're looking at the grass. And I'm nervous, so I'm not letting the visuals go because like if I
Oh
get
my
lost,
God.
I felt like I was gonna
Uptight.
look
And you
stupid.
keep
Yeah.
refocusing.
So, but then after like 5 minutes, I'm like, this goddamn breeze feels so good.
Bro, the
This
breeze
is
with
life.
the palm trees, bro.
Yes.
Oh,
Yo.
palm trees.
So
man.
I looked
got
at the
lost.
moss and it consumed like all of my visual. Like it wasn't,
Wow.
and then it just like kept growing, and I was just the moss, and I was just looking at it. And then after a while, we were like, let's go back inside, and we watched a whole bunch of trippy videos and shit.
Oh my gosh.
It was a great time, bro. And then we all took 2 tabs together.
Holy crap. Oh my God.
Bro, like so my point is I love tripping is like you said, like that first experience for me, I always thought it was gonna be crazy visual or I was gonna be crazy excited, but instead I felt like I was blessed. Like I felt like I was given a very chill trip, because even to this day I've never had such a chill trip from the beginning to the end. Somewhere my mind jumps in and like stresses me out nowadays.
Really?
For at least an hour, my mind stresses me. I'm not like necessarily like running around the house, but I'm probably like standing up and being like annoying, trying to clean things up. Like when I realize I'm doing useless things while tripping, I always stop, sit down, and like in my brain look at myself and I go, what's up? What's the issue? What's the fucking issue, bro? Like you're acting up. Like you're supposed to be tripping and chilling. Like you're supposed to be you're supposed to look at this rug and stop and be like,
Hi.
and not even just get lost in that bitch. You feel me? Like you're supposed to look at Stormy and be like, "You're gorgeous." Like you're supposed to, like like enjoy yourself. So I'd be taking myself out the moment via my mind. But I love that trip because more than anything, that was the first time ever like it's so hippie to say, but I felt what I call life.
Yeah.
Ever since that day happened, I've never not felt it. Like I can feel people in a room now, not perfectly, not where they are, but if I walk in somewhere, I'll have a good idea that someone is inside. And when I'm tripping, I can feel you 100%. Like
Oh my gosh.
no matter what I am doing, I could be like this, and I'd be like, oh, you're right over here. Like I can
Fucking
feel
Jedi
you.
powers.
Word.
Nah. I just think, and that's why I think life is fundamentally like connected, and like, cause that's all I felt. Like every breath I took was all of our breaths. It was all of our existence at the same time. It was real, like you said. It changed the way I viewed everything, and I love it, man. I love it. It's my shit.
I was
You should do
like,
shrooms. Shrooms
I
will
should.
get you right.
I haven't done that.
I have a plug, and he can bless you with like pilled shrooms. Like he like grinds them up.
What?
Yeah, like so.
So
Have you
it's like a
you've
medicine.
never had shrooms. That's why. Shrooms taste like garbage.
Yeah, that's what I've
It
learned that.
Tastes terrible.
Just put them
So,
in a PB&J, man.
Just
Oh my
taste. They
God.
taste like
Perfect.
garbage.
Beautiful.
Have
Put
you
them in a
ever-
hot
Have you
pocket.
ever smelled potato water?
I don't intend to,
No, I mean
I would imagine that it
have you ever
doesn't sound
boiled
good.
potato to make mashed potatoes.
but I've never smelled the potato water.
Bro, next time, pause and
You don't want to.
for me, mushrooms taste.
He's like, you don't smell the flowers, smell the potato water.
bro, I can't. Anyways, the taste of potatoes is. I mean, the mushrooms is nasty. So he just grinds them up and puts them in empty caps,
And you just take it like a pill.
Yeah, and so then you don't have to taste it, and you get to trip either way.
Wow.
Yeah, and he has a whole bunch of different strains. So I definitely got you, and I love it. So I think, bro, shrooms
man.
is like I don't know if it's because I'm older now, Anil. I don't know, because when I was younger, bro, when I say I've tripped over 50 times, I know I have, like well over. Like
I've just had the one.
Man, I've tripped so many times. Like I got to a point where like I thought I was invincible. like in the sense
He went
of
Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
It's
But
like
like
unlocking
mentally.
parts of your mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, you're decluttering yourself. Like I didn't want to mention it because I don't want you to feel like you're being judged, because I don't necessarily mean to judge you. But I found it very interesting that when you close your eyes and you said you could keep coming out, the first and only word out of your mouth was or two words was "that's scary." I found that very interesting. I find that space to be the most chill and peaceful space of my existence, because like that's where I exist.
I don't meditate. You meditate, right?
Yeah, every day.
I need to get into that.
For sure, bro.
Oh,
Bless
yeah,
yourself.
Life changing.
I just recently gave Anil a technique that like I hope helped him, because like it seems like me and him have the same problem, which is overthinking. And if
Let me tell you this, Victor. From the moment I wake up to the moment I'm like unconscious asleep, my brain is like just constant, like just thinking and thinking and
that's
thinking.
so torturous. That's so much
Yeah.
work, dude. That sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm there.
There
most of
are
the
there
day
are
anyways.
some brain dead moments where I'm just like looking out, but that's not the same.
You gotta meditate, man. Like I tell people all the time, like I don't know. I think it's unfortunate. Like people are very hard to work with, because I feel like people don't like being told things, no matter what. Whether you think you're friends or not,
Yeah.
people eventually will just think you're coming after them or you're attacking them, and like that's the mind. That's like that the person thinks you're being like you're attacking them, but you're not. So I always tell people that if they ever like want to ask me for advice for meditating or even psychedelics, I always tell them they have to want it. Like, don't even start talking to me until like you come to me and you're like, yo, I just recently like was researching meditation or something like that, because then I know like you've hit some point of a bucket that was low enough for you to be like, I gotta go out of my way to look up something stupid, or stupid, quote unquote. Because I tell people all the time, like, you don't think I didn't used to think sitting on the floor every morning for 15 minutes doing nothing sounds stupid? I can get ready. I can not be late for work. I can go make a meal. I can do all this bullshit. And it's funny because later if you ask those people, did you do any of that? They go, no. Because of course you weren't. You're just in your mind. But if tell someone, like, if you want it, sit down for 5 minutes. call it like 5 minutes. And don't get me wrong, at first 5 minutes might as well have been your whole fucking day. Like you're in there like,
God.
yo, I hate this bitch. Because the first 30 seconds is your most righteous you. Nah, bro, my brain's been going crazy. Like, I need to, God, I got work. No, I'm going to sit down. Okay, focus. The first 30 seconds you is that guy. He's like, I want to get rid of this.
Oh, my God.
33rd second you is like, damn, that means still in the motherfucking sink. Are we going to cook before Bailey get here? Or is she going to have to cook? I don't even know. Nah, matter of fact, yo, these headsets sound mad clean, crazy clean. I like that. Oh, I'm supposed to be, man, why the fuck I'm sitting here? I'm just gonna, boop, done. You just got up in a minute and a half because you don't ever sit and do nothing. So I always tell people, like, it's doable, and like you have to want it. And you are your biggest enemy in the most cheesiest way, because you will convince yourself to do anything and everything outside of sitting. And I used to tell people all the time, if I can sit on the floor for 15 minutes and not do anything, at the beginning of my day, I can do anything, because I sat and did nothing. I did what we aren't expected to do. Like you said, you wake up and I wake up and like there's either silence and me recollecting about the dream I just had. And even then that's noise, you know what I mean? But I don't think like too fast or immediately. And sometimes, of course, it does happen because we're all human.
Yeah.
But, meditating, bro, is definitely a wave.
I got to try that out.
And that space, man, it's you.
Does time go quickly? Like when you're in it?
And so that's the thing.
There's
I told
no
Anil
concept of
just
time.
the other day.
0.
It's exactly because time is a construct. We make time to tell the difference between something, but like it doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is now. And like people underestimate that idea, and I hope it helps, because it might help with your future meditation, and it might help with yours as well, because it always helps in mine when I remember.
Yeah.
Now isn't just now when I just said it. Now it's like now that even now it's still now.
It's
you know what I
still
mean?
going, yeah.
And so time, if you're focused on just
it's
existing and breathing, all of your focus, suddenly you're not paying attention. Like I just told him, when I'm in the zone, like when I meditate for 2-3 days, or when I start meditating and it's been 2-3 days, after that, every day I sit down, or almost every day, it feels like I was only there for 5 minutes, because like I'm in my zone, and the first minute I'm thinking, I got some thoughts, but then I just let them think. Go ahead, think, do your thing. I'm not going to react. And then suddenly it's beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, holy shit.
I've only done, so I will say this. I do the float tanks. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
No.
The enclosure where you're inside and then you're just floating and it's pitch black and you have headphones in, like with like silence. And it's like, it's literally like a float tank. So the water.
That sounds scarier.
The water is the same temperature as your skin
And it has a lot of salt
and
in
the
it
air.
to keep you
Yeah.
up. Mm-hmm.
And so everything is like the same temperature. Like you influence the temperature of the water, and the water influences the air.
Because that means you lose your body.
Yeah. You're literally just like a floating brain at that point.
Exactly.
Well, we are anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yo, whenever I do that, I get in and like you said this. So I guess I've done it, but I've never sat at home and done it. Like there's no way I could.
Yeah,
Like,
there is.
Well, there is. I understand that now, because it's like I just gotta really try. Like you said, you gotta want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
For sure.
I'm gonna give it a try. But when I go to these float tanks, like the first 3 minutes, you're kind of just sitting in the water, kind of like relaxing, kind of moving a little bit. After that 3 minutes, because you're in there for an hour. After that, like that hour goes by like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you get up from it, like, and you know you weren't asleep. That's the thing.
Exactly. Like consciousness.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
it's like, whoa, I wasn't asleep. Like, I know I wasn't asleep.
Are you guys?
But I don't, like, all I remember was kind of just getting in here.
And now you're getting out.
And now you're getting out.
Yep.
That's the worst part about it, because I love it while I'm in it. Like, I just know I do. Like I know I'm in this like place that I love being in.
Of just existing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
okay, so I get
great.
what you're saying. I just didn't apply it to like
And that's what I'm saying. Like people,
because it's a meditation tank, I guess.
I mean, in a way, but it's a sensory deprivation tank.
Exactly.
And like the thing is, like meditating and it are akin in the, I guess, the destination, but they're different in the journey. And so, I meditate. Well, my first question is: are either of you guys spiritual? Like you spiritual? Like generally believe in the spirit or whatever it is that we call the spirit. You know
the
what I mean?
soul.
Whatever you want to call
I'm
it.
on the fence about it. I'm a skeptic.
Okay, so then have you ever had what was your experience that made you like realize within yourself, like genuinely, like, oh, I am spiritual, like I believe in the soul and the spirit? And
Yeah, like I feel like I know I've seen it, but I don't know how to explain what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the shape of a hand in front of my face. Like I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah.
And it was very like quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it was real because of how I reacted to it. Because, like, if it wasn't what I know it was, then the fear would have gone away immediately because I would have realized it. You know, like...
Right, like you couldn't, no matter what, you couldn't
can't
explain it away. Yeah.
a hand.
Yeah.
But you can explain maybe a shadow going through the blinds because a car passed by.
Right.
You know, but you know that hour before sunrise where it's like blue?
Yeah.
That's like, what I saw was pitch black, like fingers in a hand, like moved by my face.
Nope.
And so that happened to me, and I was like, oh, like, well, it happened to me, and I went, like, I jumped, and I ran to the light, and I flipped it on, and I was like breathing very heavily, like I was like, what the fuck did I just, like, who was just here? Like, this was a person.
Put in a
Like-
lot of effort to get you to see a hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was very like, woo. And it freaked me the fuck out. Like, it really scared me for a little bit. And I guess I'm trying to think where I saw it. I've seen a head at Mummy. I've seen shit at Mummy.
A head? What?
Yeah. So this is what I saw.
How dare you?
Do you know the wall hey, I'm telling you, she always does this. Do you know the wall at Mummy right outside the break room where you walk and then like there's the long hallway that's the express queue, but you're going towards like the scanner?
QC, yeah.
Yeah, so that wall behind that wall right there, I saw like a head like this, you know? And then it like went like that when I came around. Like when I looked at it, it like went out and I chased it. Like I went after it because I thought it was a person in the
gravity area, I think it. No. Yeah, it's under.
Yeah,
it's under the trash.
it's where the trash
yeah,
bins
yeah,
are.
Yeah.
And I ran in
You
there.
ran in there? I would
because I thought it was
That
like
is
a
not
guest.
my
Like,
job.
but it was
What?
but it was after close, you know? Like all the lights were on.
I'm a bitch.
And I saw
That's
that.
scarier, actually. That's less people to hear me scream when like that happens.
I'm not dying alone.
But the lights
What
were
fuck?
on. So it's like, oh, there's people around. Like,
Just say you're a grown man. Cause
no. I was scared afterwards though, because once I realized that there wasn't a person there, I was like,
Bro, that could have been like
Oh.
a tech and he just dipped.
no, I didn't hear a door closed or anything. Like I was like very confused as to what I
crazy.
saw.
I clocked out.
I did
Well,
clock out.
yeah.
I'll see y'all
That was
later.
like around our out time.
Yeah, I took out the trash. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
It's good. It's good.
But yeah,
and,
and my
don't?
my parents would say they saw shit around me all the time too.
Really?
I haven't seen anything to make me a believer. I'm that person where like I need to see it. Like,
Right.
Videos are cool, but like if I don't see it firsthand, I'm just like, okay.
So, and it's,
Cool.
you know, and like, I totally get that because I was that way for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that both of you say like your spirituality is connected to outside things. And so this is where we gotta meditate. So I when I first started meditating, it was just because I had a lot of anger issues and a lot of stress, and so I felt like I needed to really just calm down and get my life together. So I had stopped smoking for like 2 weeks, and I was meditating every morning and every night. And at first, I wasn't understanding what I was doing, and I didn't like it. It was, like I said, all the regular shit. But by the end of that first week, I felt great. I had upped my times from 5 straight to 15 minutes because it felt good. And I kept pushing and I kept pushing. And so the second week, I started doing 20-minute meditations. And I realized in the first 2 days, like 20 minutes for me is pushing it. Like, that's so much time.
That's
like I'm still
like
human.
you got to work your way into it.
Exactly. And I'm human. Like, I'm going to have a lot of thoughts after a while. So even to this day, it's still 15 minutes flat. I can do that. No problem. So it's near the end of that second week now. And before this, I was I would say a staunch atheist or agnostic. Like, so I believed in something that I know there has to be more than this. But
Exactly.
I don't know what it was. Excuse me. So I was open to, any idea or whatever. So I'm meditating, and I will never forget. It was like 11 in the morning. I had just gotten up, and I was like, okay, rubbed my eye, and I got on the floor. I grabbed a little pillow, I sat on it, and I was like, let's get it, 15 minutes, the quietest time when you wake up, and just keep focused. So I sit, and I'm breathing, and I had been getting in a zone, bro, like a crazy zone that I had never, bro, I'm telling you, like you said, time is just skipping. And so in this moment, time is like zooming, and I could kind of feel it was because I got to a point where I was meditating and focusing on the breath so much that you hear, I'm not going to say anything for a second, but listen to that noise that you hear in your headset right now. Right? Like that constant, I don't know, just a constant noise, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was meditating, and let's imagine that noise was going on. And as I was meditating and breathing, it was just it was like, eep, eep, all noise.
Yeah.
All noise ceased to exist. None. So I was hearing, and then I wasn't hearing. Hearing, and then I wasn't hearing. And because it happened, I had more thoughts pop up because I was like, whoa, what's this? But now I was like, no. Focus on the breath. Just stay focused. Don't entertain thoughts.
That's the biggest key right there. Focusing on that breath. That's the game changer for me. Yeah. The in, the out.
I told you. I'll explain that in a second.
Yeah.
So
that's perfect thing.
Yeah, bro. That I'm telling you, it changed my soul.
Yeah.
So I go and I'm listening to the and again, sounds cutting out, and I got nervous at first, but I was like, no, focus on the breath, right? Stay focused on existing, on the fact that I just exist. Go. So I'm doing that, and I'm hearing it more, and then, bro, like a rug, taken from under my feet, all noise disappeared, all sense of my body disappeared, all sense of space and where I was disappeared. I saw, when you close your eyes, you see black, nothing.
Yeah.
I saw nothing,
the concept, it was nothing,
nothing, nothingness.
It's as if no signal on TV type nothing. It's just not
nothing
even plugged in.
Nothing.
Exactly.
And then I wasn't there.
Victor, that's what I go through in the tank.
Exactly, right? So, meditation.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So and which is interesting about you, I'm about to get to it. So I hit that, and it was the most bliss I've ever experienced in my life. I don't know how to explain it. I can never explain it. And it felt infinite and forever, and it washed over. I was it was I, whatever you want to call it.
I was one with the force.
I mean, we are, right? So it happened, started out because it scared the fuck out of me. The moment it happened,
I remember
it was I was sitting there, and I literally felt I don't know how to explain that, but it felt like I had literally shifted back. It was such a weird experience, but. That was the first day ever in 2017 that I realized I exist 100,000% outside of this body. And so that's why I find it interesting that you both equated your your concept of spirituality on outside forces and not the fact that you are one.
Right.
And so I find it interesting for you because you
I feel
meditate.
I haven't gotten to that level yet.
Because
we're not at that
I feel like you're around the corner because you have to be. Because if you both understand
he's talking
consciousness,
about enlightenment.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, Anil has to be, because he said he's right on the fence. And if you understand that our consciousness is, as of what we know currently, invasive, like it's unstoppable, it's everywhere, and it's everything, then like that is like, and you just said it's like you're a floating. You are.
Yeah.
You like
A floating brain.
But
no,
I still
you're
think
not.
of it as
It's
like
not
a
a
physical
brain. That's matter.
consciousness.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And so
you're-
see, and see, that's the craziest thing about tripping and like meditating and like the videos I sent you. It's about realizing that language is such a crazy thing, because it locks us into concepts as well as unlocks us. Because like what I'm saying right now in my brain should have already told you, like, whoa, you're a whole spirit, because even you said you're not any of this.
Right.
You're just, like, a great experiment that I love to do that actually I think might help you or blow your mind. I hope so. Would you like to entertain
Probably.
it for like a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you could do me a favor and close your eyes, and I hope I do this correctly. Okay. And I want you to not necessarily imagine yourself in the middle, but imagine yourself as you are right now, first person, in this big space that you're seeing, right? You have all that space around you. You don't know what it is because it's nothing, but it's there. And I want you to now create a nice big circle all around you that's a good like 6 feet apart, or away from you, in circumference or whatever you want to call it, right? It's a white line, so you can see it clearly. Now, I want you to go ahead and grab every place that you have ever been to, heard of, seen, or created, and put it into that circle. Just fill it in. The circle's going to adjust the size. Every single place from when you were a little kid that you imagined, saw, heard of, anything. Bring it into that space. Every single location. Restaurant, bathrooms, anything you can think of, all of it. Every single picture and image you have from those places. And now, I want you to go ahead and grab every face, every person that you have ever met, encountered, ran into, heard of, or created. Every single stranger that is a blur in your brain, really, and blur costume, bring that all in. Every stranger from high school, down the street, that you met today when you went out at Publix. Every single person that you've ever met. And likewise, do every animal. Every single living creature that you could have ever imagined, seen, heard of, loved, all of them. Put them in the circle. The circle's adjusting. It's huge now. It has people, places, it has living things. Now I want you to get all of your thoughts and emotions, scary ones, sad ones, happy ones, angry ones that you've ever had against others, yourself, anything, and fill that circle up. And look at everything around you. Just fill it up, fill it up. Keep filling it with all your experiences that you've ever had and ever have felt, thought of, experienced, wanted to experience. They're all in this circle around you, just filling up. Do you guys see a good amount of everything right now?
I can't even comprehend the circle.
Well, it's a space filled with all the things that you can imagine, right?
Yeah.
Right?
It's just
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Is it like almost insurmountable? Like you almost can't imagine how much
like
it is,
it's
right?
just too much.
Right.
Like
So now that it's so much, for 1 second, just for a few seconds, erase all the places. Pretend that they didn't exist and take them out of your circle. Just for a minute. Pretend they didn't exist. Empty them. So circle got just a little bit smaller. And then do the same with all living things and people. Just let it go. For 1 second. They don't exist. They're not there. They're not part of your circle or anything. You didn't experience them. You didn't anything. You weren't anything a part of their life, anything you created. And then this is the hardest one though, for a couple of seconds, pretend you didn't think or feel anything you've ever felt. Just let it roll away. Let it not be there for 3 seconds. So you have none of your experiences there. What do you guys see that is still in that circle after taking out all of those things? What's in that circle? It's okay. You can answer it any which
I
way.
don't see anything. Like, it's just like, I don't know, like, it's like tough to not picture a circle, like a literal
Yeah,
circle
no, that's
in your
fine. That's
mind,
okay, right?
but it's
what's
like empty. Like there's
Okay.
like a maybe like a light on it,
okay?
like showing you an empty floor, but the
So-
floor is nothing.
But who's seeing?
Like it's just, I don't see a body.
Right, but are you in the middle of that circle?
Yeah, like I'm like
So perfect.
I'm just like,
So pause for 3 seconds, and you both. He shook his head fast. You both knew. You even have a light to just see in your circle. You didn't see a body. And I just asked you to bring in every experience you guys have ever had in the world. And yet you were still in that circle. I asked you to remove all of it, even the image of
Yeah.
yourself. So that right there is a clue to the fact that we aren't this. Like
Yeah,
we
no.
are. Like the fact that you could see yourself remove all these things tells you immediately, because you couldn't remove the watcher. You couldn't remove
yeah, no,
the one sitting right there
Like-
the entire time.
you can't see the,
You're
like
you
what's
can't-
seeing.
Exactly. Perfect. And it's about like always maintaining and realizing that you're the seer, and that Michael, Anil, and Victor are just the mind. Like it's the bullshit. It's everything that like we were told, like, hi, your name is Michael.
yeah.
You were like,
I don't even think of
okay.
myself as Michael, like with that name.
You think of yourself as I.
Yeah, like
Yeah, because I is consciousness.
like I think my name is weird. Like when I hear my name and like I tell people what my name is, like it doesn't feel like it's me.
Yeah, because
Like-
it's not. It's just like
It's your meat self.
See, like everyone is so
It's your
close
meat
to
self.
your
to
meat suit.
knowing.
It's like the meat suit that you're in,
Yeah.
but it's not you. Like when you're dead, this isn't going with you. Like nothing around you matters. Like once you're in, like, I don't know. I feel like it's got to be a different dimension, like a different way that you go in, like a different place that you go into. Not that you this, but like what you said, like
yeah,
you.
consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you just flow out of this one and into something that we'll eventually find out, you know? Like who knows what it is.
facts. I have, just because of my personal experiences. After I had a shroom trip and ego death, I fell into the same place that I did when I meditated. So I have a strong feeling that it's either I'm gonna go there, and the only reason I doubt that existence or that possibility is because I went there while alive, both times.
Uh-huh.
So what if death is a completely different factor? But other than that theory alone, I genuinely think I'm gonna go back to that nothingness. That
Yeah.
I don't know, that fucking bliss. For me, it was bliss. Like it's called the void in like a lot of Buddhism,
Mhm.
and like because that's what it is. It's like a void. It's just like a pocket. Like I don't even know. How to
I
explain
wonder
it.
what would happen if you did that while tripping.
Yeah, that's an ego death.
Like you just
You don't.
you must be so woke.
You
With, like,
spiritually-
yourself.
You like spiritually
Well,
disconnect.
You physically disconnect and fully connect spiritually. Like I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
I died.
I flipped
Like
it.
I legitimately thought I was dying, and
Wow.
I thought I gave up my last breath, and it was single-handedly the scariest and happiest moment of my life. Like because like again I swear
like you were
like,
like, "Oh, I'm
there's-
dead."
I'm dead. Yeah, like there's no way to explain it. Like, and it's so funny, right? Because like you get this giggle, right? But like, and I feel it's because people don't think about it hard enough because we don't experience death like that. But like, yeah, I was like this is it. Like I'm done. Like everything I've
Wow.
experienced is over. Like fuck. So when I had that was the worst. And then like I gave in, and I was nothingness for. On the clock, it was like 15 to 20 minutes, but for me, it was like. I don't know. There was no time. There was like,
It's so crazy how life is just going to be like that switch. Like it's like, "Oh, you're dead."
exactly.
And it's like how many people have gone through that already? Like
you did. You're born.
yeah, but it's like but what I'm saying is like how many people have died? Like how it's like, "Oh, it's not a secret to most people." Like most people are dead, you know?
What do you mean?
Most people that have ever lived are already
Yeah. Okay.
dead. You know what I mean? there's more people alive, or there's less people alive that have ever lived.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you look at each person, that's a whole different individual. Like,
Universe, a whole
exactly.
world. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. And that's the most interesting thing, because for me, for a long time, it was colliding the ideas of this is, and it is my existence, because without my nervous system, I couldn't see you guys, feel this couch, talk to you guys. So I had a struggle between this is my universe, but then also like I can't look at either of you and be like, there's no way they don't exist like I do. Me personally, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like that's how sociopaths think. They're like, you're an object in my creation.
This is my simulation. Okay,
and I'm a doer, bro. So
you're
I
a side character, and I'm the one playing this game.
You feel me? So I think
side quests, people.
So then, so I love asking this question because it's so strange. Because I personally don't. I don't know. It's not that I don't care for the question, but I like hearing answers. But then, would you guys believe? I mean, it sounds like you already did. But would you guys believe if you were in a simulation, or do you believe we could be in a simulation?
Oh, for sure. It's so doable.
Again, I'm a naysayer.
Me too.
Just because it's not possible to prove that.
Oh, okay.
Unless. Oh, what do you mean? Like.
Oh no, I agree with you. Like I'm a
Yeah.
naysayer as well. It's just I don't worry about. It's not something to prove. It's just like because of my hippiness and like the guy that I sent you.
Yeah.
I think it's so egocentric. Like.
Yeah.
You think we're like, I always ask, like, we're so important that someone put all of us in a simulation?
No.
Like, I don't think any human is like, I mean, humans can be corrupt as fuck, but I don't think.
Yeah, we're trying to be controlled. We're
you know what I mean? Like, humans do that,
us,
but I don't feel like we could pull it off. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, what if this simulation is so realistic that you cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's not?
It's like what Michael said earlier. I'm sorry, but like when you take off the headset and
exactly
something just like that. And it's funny that you mentioned something like that without watching Rick and Morty, because
for sure
that is like straight from
for
it.
Sure,
straight from it, literally.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. For me, it's still like it wouldn't even get there because in my head, I don't see us getting. I don't know. I don't see people doing that. Like I can't see people doing that to other people. Just like my another big thing I have with the flat Earth theory is like, if it's true in Antarctica, I think it's Antarctica or the Arctic, whatever, which one surrounds us completely. Like, how could all militaries surround it? How can people not have walked and been like, yo, this shit ends and there's ice everywhere, everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people think too, and don't get me wrong, the world can be evil, but I think people think too evil of the world and the government, and then they like then not realize like they're thinking that like everything revolves around them. Like the flat Earth theory is very much so like you're assuming everything, on this earth is here only because of us, like, and not that we're just an arbitrary creation. No. In space and time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like because we're germs.
You know, exactly. Because at that point, then you can't believe in aliens because we're the only existence in this universe is us, and like it's such a closed-minded.
I don't understand the flat Earth thing at all.
I don't get it either. I fucking hate it because it's like I had one of my boys.
It's a dumbing thing.
Yeah,
like it's making people dumber.
I told my boy like please don't come to me with this anymore, and then one of them and one of them he told me. And this is how, and I proved to him, I think I proved to him, like real scientists, real people who want to be science, like me. And I'm not a scientist, but I want to be a part of science and really, like, adhere to it. He was like, oh, so then what would you do if it came out to be true? And I was like, then I would believe it because I'm assuming there was research. I don't know what you want me to say here.
What if it turned out to be true?
Like,
what if it isn't true?
And I hate it because like I think they always think like you're arguing them over the fact that like it may exist or how do I say this? Like they're always arguing with you, thinking that you are just completely refuting it, as opposed to like I'm completely refuting it for a reason, but I will equally believe it with the same amount of reason. You feel me? Prove to
Yeah.
me that like the earth is enshrouded by fucking ice layers and you can fall off, and I will be like, we gotta
Oh
redo
my
some
God.
science or something because goddamn, I'm not gonna be like, no way, dude, that's not happening right now.
That's like going back to the whole like, oh, you fall off at the end of the ocean. Like, wait, no, we figured it out. Like,
You don't fall off.
Where does the
You
water
don't.
go? And no, I guess the ice.
Yeah, what
I guess
fucking-
the ice wall keeps
what's
it all
this
there.
fountain that doesn't
There
run
you
out
go.
of water?
It's
Just,
exactly.
I was just about to say it's a fountain.
When it
but
falls down, it comes back up through a
bro,
pump.
Oh my God.
Atlas is under us holding the whole thing.
I like when
Just-
theories get represented, like, and it's like like visually, like when it's done in a, like, have you seen Interstellar?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like
for
the
sure.
end to Interstellar where he can touch time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me is like, oh, that's kind of what it would look like, right? And it's like it would. That's the only possible way to like maybe look at it,
Is it?
you know.
I feel like there's millions of other ways. Like you can't.
But
like,
now that I've seen it, like now that you know what I mean? Like it's almost like you saw that, so now it's like, wow, like there's endless possibilities as to what
Right.
it could be. But I'm looking at this movie right now, so that's why I'm affiliating this example. Like I'm like, yeah, like you could touch it, right? Like you could look at it and look at 20 years ago. You know, maybe 20 years ago is a mountain that you can climb or something.
And
You
that's
know
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. Like I get the concept that you can touch time. I just don't get that it could be how the movie portrayed it because I couldn't fathom how it is in any way.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a Christopher Nolan movie. He's gonna make it look as wild
It
as
was
he could.
fucking amazing. I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it conceptually.
What
but
about
I
Tenet?
hated it conceptually.
What did you think about Tenet?
Tenant. Which one?
That's the last movie that came out, where time is moving backwards around them. No, I'll show you the trailer as soon as we're done. Let's see, how long have we been recording here? We're just over 2 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
Zooming.
So,
Before we finish it,
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is like, what were you gonna lead to with what you were gonna say?
about what?
Is this about the meditation? What you're gonna say right now?
No, I forgot about that. I don't know.
You
if
can tell me afterwards.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know if you want to hear that. I just wanted to because you put it up as one of the topics. I have 2 points with the whole vaccine thing.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
We'll
one-
end this one with, are you going to take the vaccine? We'll go around in a circle.
Oh, that's hard. Okay, that's really hard and you hear why for me. This is a hard one because people don't want to admit it, and like it kind of sucks to be them, but I'm sorry. Almost nobody that we know knows anything about viruses and how they work, or
Yeah.
the fucking PCR fucking replication or anything to really have any fucking comment or valid comment about vaccines. I hate random Joe Blows talking about it. Don't get me wrong. Actually, you're getting me wrong. They can talk about it all day. I don't think their opinion should be weighted in any special way other than the fact that that's how they feel. Because
Well, yeah.
they don't know a
They're
damn...
not scientists.
Exactly, and they don't know a damn thing about it, and it gets me so upset because people are like, there are parts of the viruses inside of there that are gonna change you, and you're gonna, and it's like, oh, well, have you ever taken microbiology and the fact that bacteria and
Yeah.
viruses have their DNA in us and have been for millions of years, and they've helped us literally
There's
survive.
billions and billions of, like,
Bro, and that's not even, that's
your
including
gut biome. and
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Exactly, and that's not even including your DNA, which actually has virus DNA and bacteria DNA that has helped you survive in the in the long run, and is just in there in case it ever wants to turn on again and you get sick. But luckily, we have antibodies. But at the point is, people don't understand that, and I hate it because of course a vaccine has a virus or virus parts into it because it needs to catch on to create an antibody anyways. But they have this idea that a virus is alive. And virus is a non-living thing. Like, it's when they say there's a part of the virus in there, they're not saying like a fucking wiggling thing.
Oh my God.
It's like
It's a protein. It's like imitating the
yeah,
virus.
it's like if I took off this mic and threw it on the floor and someone just started eating it, like it's just a piece of machinery, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have a very strong opinion on that, which then leads me to trust the medical field and the things that they run. Now, as a person who hates 95% of conspiracy theories, one of my biggest ones that I do lean and or follow, I suppose, is not trusting the government fully. It's hard to do that, knowing how they've mistreated people alone with medical procedures and things of the such over the years. So that's not to say, so you can easily be like, oh, they might have fucked up the vaccine, or not fucked up, but did something to the vaccine, which is easy to say, right? You could also say, well, see,
oh my God, there's gonna be a microchip in it.
I hate microchips because I like. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, bro. I don't know. And maybe I'm probably going to die wrong, too. But I think that is such an egocentric idea. Why the fuck would we need 300 million people microchipped? Like, that is so stupid.
I don't think
bro.
we're going to get I think we're already microchipped.
Bro,
Dude, yeah, look, it's
via
like,
advertising, they can get you to go to KFC, like,
exactly.
right now.
That's what I'm saying. The phone.
I hate it. I think people forget that, like, part of controlling others is that if you micromanage too much, the veil is seen through. Like, it's caught. You're done.
Sorry, I pulled away. That's what I got.
So like, I feel like people just don't think hard enough. So I falter on this weird, wholly wanting to believe all the medical like experiences that I've been through and medical people I've spoken to, and wanted to be like, of course I'll get the vaccine because I don't know shit about it, and and the shit that I do know leads me to be like, this is an official thing, and then see, and I actually just helped myself. You are more likely to die from a it's not a vaccine, it's a is it a vaccine?
A flu shot?
Yes, you're more likely to die from a shot that has to do with giving you resistance to bacteria by 1,000,000 fucking percent. Not 1,000,000, but a very, very high margin than you are to even have an adverse reaction to vaccines. Like, it's one of those things where people, because they don't understand, create so much fear around it. So I guess, like, if I remind myself of how much I actually do know and remember how much this shit actually works, I am willing to take it, because at most, the worst thing that could happen to me would be an adverse reaction, which is extremely low, as opposed to me worrying about a microchip or any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not worried about a microchip or anything. I'm more worried about, like,
actually.
Did they rush it too fast? Like, because it's been a year almost.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not
so it's
not AIDS. AIDS, which has HIV, which turns into AIDS, which has like 6 different forms of it becoming AIDS, making it one of the hardest to cure and treat because there's so many facets that can create it.
Yeah.
It's SARS. It's like Ebola is one of those harder ones too, because it's been transforming over the years, but it's like smallpox. It's about keeping up and just cleaning them up. And so like, that's why, I don't know, I have a very, like, my boy, for a long time, one of my boys always believed that, like, I sucked
Is it
the
same
government's
flat
dick.
Earth guy?
No, it was another one. He for a while was like, yo, like, I don't know if we should trust the government, blah, blah, blah. And recently I realized, like, it's because I've been sounding like I'm backing the government, but while we were smoking and talking, I realized the perfect way to say it. And I told him, like, it's not that I trust the government, I trust people. I trust people being as genuine as me and you. Not everyone, not everywhere, but just enough. At all times. And when I said that, he was like, that makes sense. So I'm like, yeah, so if people like us can make it into government, if we can make it into labs, if we can do these things where you continually say no and then you disappear, you did something for the country, low key. Like, I know it sounds really miserable and all that, but like, you stood your fucking ground and you were an honest person until you met your end. And so I have a very big, so that's why I want to, like you said, I guess I am more positive than others, and I want to trust in people. I want to trust in the fact that, like, some people are imagine this, you made it to be a lab tech scientist, smart as fuck, and they're like, we need you to save the world, low key. Are you going to throw that shit and kill everybody, or are you going to be like, yeah, we about to get this done? You feel me? Like, I don't know, I would be so happy. I'd be,
like, I think we have the cure to global warming right here. It's like, we're gonna kill as many people as possible.
You know what I mean?
And get them out of here.
If we want to do that, all we got to do is shut down hospitals. and done. It's over. We're over.
Yeah.
We're done. Niggas would be like, I don't even know how to put on a Band-Aid. You'd be like,
Oh my god.
a Band-Aid?
You're bleeding out. You're like wrapping your arm around with a belt. Like, shit.
Just put it on the grill.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess that's where I stand. It's like I'm just listening to smart people at this point, like just the people that are paid for this.
What do you have
So
to?
it's
What do you
like,
have to lose? You know
well,
what
we
I
should have
mean?
stayed inside, like they fucking said. I don't know what the hell happened.
You
Like,
know what happened?
We would have been done by now. Like this would have been over so quick if everyone just listened.
New Zealand just lifted all their bans on everything
Yeah.
just because they are now fully cured. They
And
took
we're
it seriously
lifting
from the
them. We're
beginning.
lifting them just because we're shitting our pants.
Yeah.
No, we're lifting them because like America's founding
Well,
principle.
they only care about
is
money.
I think
Exactly.
its founding principle that actually fucks us is individualism.
Yeah.
Outside of people wanting to get money and go to work, these motherfuckers are out here literally just saying no. I will not be inside for the
Yeah.
betterment of anybody.
And like,
So it's like
one of
what
their
the
main
fuck?
arguments is always, oh, businesses are gonna die. Like,
Not if we halt all of fucking economy real
yeah,
quick.
Just we bail. Oh, they're bailing the businesses out, but not bailing out the people. that
Right.
are
Exactly. Yeah,
entangled by
that's like the
businesses.
biggest thing is there's these stimulus package bills, like 80% of that money that they're talking about is going to businesses. It's not going to people at all.
Mhm.
Like it's fucking crazy. Like this is it. They're doing it in our faces too.
Yeah.
Like they're paying off these billionaires,
Yep.
and like the richest 1% has only gotten richer throughout all of this.
$1 trillion richer since
Yeah.
the pandemic started.
Oh my god,
$1 trillion.
so corrupt.
And they're talking about giving us a $600 stimulus after
Yeah,
Oh my
I just,
God.
I
9
just
months.
saw that like
we get $600.
my grandma just told me. I was walking by and she was like, "They're doing the stimulus," and I was like, "No, they
No,
not."
they're
She
not.
was like, "Yeah, they're."
I
giving
haven't thought
600
about the
bucks."
stimulus
And I
at
was
all.
like, oh.
Dude, 9 months.
I
That,
have
that
a
can't pay
feeling-
for a month's rent for most people.
I have a feeling that like, okay, and I might just be completely wrong, but I really do have a feeling that Joe will make a stimulus happen, either right before or after he's fully brought in, only because of it's in our face. It's been in our face, and because it's been such. It's like when you got yelled at by your motherfucking dad or some shit. So
Yeah.
you went to the other room when your mom was there, and you knew you were still kind of in trouble, but she wasn't gonna yell at you, so you kind of got close to her, and she was
Oh my
like,
god.
"My mijo," you feel me? Like I feel like he's gonna come in and be like, "We don't really know what happened, but here's 2,000.
No.
Here's 2,000.
Bro,
Y'all be safe."
If
We'll
Joe
see.
does that, there has to be a lockdown, like an actual strict lockdown.
I think there's going to be.
That's the only way they're giving us money.
I'm hearing, okay, and this might be super nerdy, but I'm hearing from a lot of the like medical people that I'm like watching that like a lot of them are just like, it's gonna get worse.
Dude,
It's gonna
over 3,000 people are dying every day.
That's crazy.
Like
don't hear
more of the
about it
people
either.
that died on
You don't.
9/11.
It's literally been shut up.
More people like you hear about 9/11 all the time.
Yeah, no. This
Yeah.
is one of the biggest fucking things ever, and we're
Jet
living through
fuel
it.
can't. Oh,
Melt steel beams.
It
I
can't.
hate that
We
we,
got- we-
all
hey,
laugh
hey,
at a
next-
tragedy.
next
It
episode
fucking
right there.
kills me.
we gotta look at that one.
All right. So you're taking it?
I haven't taken any type of flu shot or vaccine ever. I don't know. I kind of have to see what the numbers are looking like first.
I
Okay.
also technically had COVID, so I don't know if I would have
Oh,
to
true.
take it.
Yeah.
Unless they're like, "Yo, the one killing is different," then I'd be like, "Okay." But
I'll just take whatever they need me to, as long as I don't got to pay for it.
Facts, like with
I wanna
H1N1?
Make
I'm
sure
not paying
people
for
are
that.
good for a while first, and then I'll take it.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to see if anyone grows a fucking tail,
Yeah.
but it's like
There was like some facial thing people were developing or something like that I heard about. I'm not sure what the proper terminology was for it, but they just had like facial like permanent twitches or whatever. Like it's really weird.
I don't know.
This
We'll
is me
see.
just
We'll see.
scrolling on Reddit.
If I mean, at some point, it might be like everyone takes a shot and they end up with it. So then you have to take it so that you're not the weird one.
Never.
Can you imagine that our society just like transforms into
They're
everyone's
like,
having that?
you're weird. Your face doesn't twitch.
Yes, sir. I
What is
can eat
wrong
and
with
drink
you?
normally. I will
Oh.
definitely go against the grain hard as fuck.
This is a Twitch face zone only.
Oh god.
You see, and then that would be another like dimension in Rick and Morty that you're missing right there.
Oh
Oh my
God,
gosh!
that's-
Literally,
all
Earth
right. Let's go ahead.
C1
Let's finish this one off, and we'll put on an episode.
No,
And-
you don't have to, man.
Oh no, I want to. I think it'd be, unless you don't want to.
No, I
Dude,
love Rick and Morty.
I'm
All right,
always here
so-
for Rick and Morty.
It's just real. Just good luck.
All right,
it's
cool.
very,
So there we had it. Talked a little shit, couple hours.
Oh yeah, it was great.
If anyone wants to say anything, this is your chance. No, we're good.
Do yourselves a favor and look into any form of meditation. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, a minute. Just pause throughout your day, breathe, be happy. Remember that we're all here together, no matter what. We will all die alone. So appreciate everyone you're around. And seriously, find some peace within yourselves, or you won't find it anywhere.
And Anil,
I co-sign that. Meditation will change the way you think about everything, really. And I don't have much else to say. That was it, really.
well, what I'm gonna say is I guess I'm gonna have to hop on this meditation train, and I guess we'll do another one of these soon, and we'll keep them updated on my journey to enlightenment, like you guys.
Ooh.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening.